It's a battle of the Wildcats tonight as Maquoketa Valley takes on Central City. At the last minute, this game was moved from Central City to Delhi, but our Wildcats are still looking for a great showing here tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Wildcat Basketball on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I'm David Warrington, and the Wildcats are getting set tonight to take on Maquoketa Valley. And before we get started, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat Sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. So as I mentioned, a last-minute adjustment. I learned something like 3 hours ago or so that this game would instead be played at Maquoketa Valley instead of Central City. There's an issue with the heat in the Central City gym, so for the second time this year, the girls are playing a matchup here at Mac Valley. Speaking of that girls game, they're up first in a little under 8 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at some players to watch. First of all, for your Central City Wildcats, they come in 2-8 on the season. They lost their last game before break on December 19th at Midland by a final of 59-36. They are 1-5 in the Tri-Rivers West. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is Andy Smith. Central City's head coach in his second season is Al Fear. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Fear with a record of 15 wins and 18 losses. Some players to watch for Central City include Bailey Weber. The junior leads in several statistical categories, including scoring at 15.3 points per night, assists with 2.3 per contest, steals at 2 a game, and blocks at just under 1 per game. Also a couple of freshmen to look out for. Lexi Dedeker is the second leading scorer at 5.9 points per game, also second leading rebounder, pulling in 5.2 per contest. And also got to look out for Sloan Smith for Central City. The freshman is averaging 3.8 points, fourth best in the team. Also the leading rebounder at 5.7 per night, and the most accurate shooter from the field, shooting at 47.8%. Now taking a look at the opponent tonight, the Maquoketa Valley Wildcats. They are 5-6, 3-4 in the Tri-Rivers West. They lost their last game before break back on December 20th. They went to North Lynn and fell to a high-powered North Lynn offense by a final of 69-34. Assistant coaches for Mac Valley are Heidi Hager, Brad Huber, and Allie Sherman. Maquoketa Valley's head coach in his 15th season is Scott Monk. He's back from a one-year sabbatical, did not coach the team last year. But take a listen to this. Record in his 15 years of 273 wins and 80 losses. Outstanding win-loss record for Coach Monk of the Mac Valley Wildcats. Some players to keep your eye on for Maquoketa Valley include both Ronabombs. Haley is the junior. She's the leading scorer at 10.7 points per night, also the second leader in assists with 2.4 per contest. Bianca is the sophomore. She's the third leading scorer, 7.6 points per game, also the third leading rebounder, 4 rebounds per contest, leads in assists with 3.9 and steals at 1.9 per game. Also got to look out for Grace Richter. She's a freshman, second leading scorer, 10.1 points per night, and leads the way in rebounding with 5.7 per game. Richter has only started 2 games. She's done the majority of her work off the bench, and she has proven herself as a very tough, talented player early in her career for Mac Valley. The series history is not a good one if you're Central City. Since 2008, Maquoketa Valley leads the series 22-1. That one win came back on January 31st of what is now last year, 2022, in Central City. That was a 58-54 win for your Wildcats. They have played once already this year for the girls-only season opener way back on November 22nd. Central City came here to Delhi and fell to Mac Valley, by a final of 64-42. There's a look at the matchup here tonight. Let's go ahead and also take a look at the games going on around the conference throughout the course of this week, first week of 2023. Today, there are conference games all over the place. On the west side, Central City is, of course, here at Maquoketa Valley. Starmont is at North Lynn, Alburnett at East Buchanan, and Springville at Edgewood-Colesburg. Certainly got to go with North Lynn over Starmont for my prediction. Alburnett over East Buck, and let's say Springville over Edco. Over on the east side, we've got Lisbon at Midland, North Cedar at Prince of Peace, and Easton Valley at Marquette Catholic. In a non-conference matchup, Wilton is at Calamus-Wheatland. Then on Thursday, in a conference matchup, making up the game that was lost due to illness before break, East Buchanan will go to Central City. I'll have the call for that one right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel, as well as on the NFHS network. Also in non-conference action on Thursday, got a handful of games. Alburnett is going to Dyersville-Beckman. Prince of Peace hosting Comanche. North Cedar is at Tipton. And Lisbon will go to Iowa City-Regina. Then on Friday, East versus West games. West is hosting this time. Prince of Peace is at Alburnett. North Cedar at East Buchanan. Lisbon at Maquoketa Valley. Calamus-Wheatland at North Lynn. Midland at Starmont. Springville at Marquette Catholic. And Easton Valley will be coming to Central City. So with that said, here is a look at the projected starting lineups for tonight. First for Maquoketa Valley. They will start Kennedy Roush, a 5'6" senior, averaging 6 points per night. A little over 2 rebounds, just under 2 assists, also 1.5 steals. Also for the Wildcats in the starting lineup is Bianca Ronabaum, the 5'8" sophomore, averaging 7.6 points per game. 4 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, and nearly 2 steals. Leads the team in assists and steals for Mac Valley. Also in the starting 5 is Jada Knipper, a 5'5" sophomore, averaging just better than 3 points per game, nearly 5 rebounds a game, as well as 2 assists and 1.5 steals. Haley Ronabaum is also in the starting 5. The 5'8" junior is the leading scorer, 10.7 points per night. Also adds nearly 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. Rounding out the starting 5, Leah Riker, a 6' sophomore, averages nearly 2 points a game, nearly 2 rebounds for Maquoketa Valley. Those are projected starters, but I do have official starters. These are not projections. These are the 5. They'll be starting the game for Central City. First of all is Belle Whitson, the junior, averaging just under 2 points a game, a little less than 1 rebound and half an assist. Also have Lucy Smith, the lone senior on this Wildcat ball club. Lucy is averaging 2 points a contest, 3.5 rebounds, and a little under 1 assist. Got a couple of freshmen in there as well. First, Savannah Cook. She's averaging 5.5 points per game for Central City, just over 4 rebounds and just over 1 assist. Also, Lexi Dedeker will get the start, 6 points a game for her, second leading scorer. Just over 5 rebounds and nearly 2 assists. And rounding out the starting 5 is the junior and leading scorer for Central City. That is Bailey Weber. Weber averages over 15 points per game, adds in 4 rebounds, and leads this team in these final 3 categories. Assists at 2.3, steals at 2, and blocks at 0.9. So official starters for Central City: Belle Whitson, Lucy Smith, Savannah Cook, Lexi Dedeker, and Bailey Weber. Projected starters for Mac Valley: Kennedy Roush, Bianca Ronabaum, Jada Knipper, Haley Ronabaum, and Leah Riker. Grace Richter could also be in that starting 5. So we'll find out officially in a little over 1 minute. Central City still yet to come back onto the floor, as we're going to be set to meet starting lineups and then play the national anthem in just over 60 seconds. Again, David Warrington here with you from Maquoketa Valley High School in Delhi. Got a text from Central City Athletic Director Matt Myers about 2 o'clock this afternoon. See what time it actually was. I got that text right at 1:55. Made the last minute change to come over here due to some heating issues in Central City's gym. So for the second time this year, Maquoketa Valley is hosting your Central City Wildcats. About 30 seconds on the clock. Mac Valley players have come over to their bench. No sign of Central City yet. They're all in the locker room still. Hopefully we'll see them in about 20 seconds at least, because they're getting set to introduce the starting lineups. Not a bad Maquoketa Valley crowd on hand here tonight. Central City also traveled fairly well, especially considering the circumstances, anticipating a home game until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Instead, it is a road game here at Maquoketa Valley. Buzzer has sounded. And now Central City makes their way back onto the floor. And we will be introducing the starting lineups momentarily now that the other half of the equation has made their way onto the playing court. Now introductions are being made, and as the starters are introduced here tonight, I will follow along with the Maquoketa Valley public address announcer. I believe it is the athletic director, Trevor Arnold, and big thank you to him for his great help in getting me some outstanding seats here tonight, especially at such a last-minute notice. Nice round of applause for the officials. Also credit to them for changing their plans very quickly and getting over here to make sure that our girls and boys can play a ball game tonight. Starters for Central City, a junior, number 1, Belle Whitson. For Mac Valley, a 5'6" freshman, number 5, Kennedy Roush. Number 20 for Central City, Lucy Smith. For Mac Valley, number 14, Bianca Ronabaum. Central City, number 21, Savannah Cook. For the Wildcats of Mac Valley, player I don't have on my roster. That's unfortunate. Central City, number 22, Lexi Dedeker. For Mac Valley, number 22, Jada Knipper. For Mac Valley, for Central City, number 23, Bailey Weber. For Mac Valley, number 54, again I don't have on my roster. These numbers are all messed up. So I will do my best here tonight. Pausing now for our national anthem. Again, do want to say that lineups out on the floor for Mac Valley are completely different number-wise than what I found online for the roster. So I'm going to do my best here, but I really don't know who anybody is out there for Maquoketa Valley, so I want to apologize in advance for that. Can say the starters for Central City, Belle Whitson, Lucy Smith, Savannah Cook, Lexi Dedeker, and Bailey Weber. And I will do my best when it comes to Mac Valley's players, but really not sure who anybody is. So both teams are getting set for the opening tip here. Bailey Weber will jump for Central City. Couldn't tell you who she's jumping against, unfortunately. She's wearing number 32. I do not have a 32 on this roster. Don't have any of these numbers on my roster. Opening tip up in the air, controlled by Maquoketa Valley. They have it first. Believe this is Bianca Ronabaum. Gives it over to Kennedy Roush. And the ball is in and out of the hands for a turnover. I believe Jada Knipper turned that one over. And it goes back to Central City for the first time. Inbounds pass goes to Dedeker. Over to Bailey Weber into the front court. Gives to Dedeker. Dedeker dribbling left over to Whitson, left wing. High post to Lucy Smith. Gives it to Savannah Cook. Short corner to Whitson. Whitson dribbling it up. Now, high post jumper on the way is no good from Dedeker. And the rebound's going to be picked up by, I believe that is Richter. Wildcats looking to run inside. Layup is up and good from a Maquoketa Valley Wildcat. Don't know who. Up ahead, Bailey Weber with the basketball. Gives it over to Cook. Dedeker has it, nearly loses it. Somehow ends up in the hands of Savannah Cook, and she gets the layup. Savannah Cook with her first basket. We're tied at 2. Here from Delhi. Ronabaum has it for Mac Valley. Over to, I believe that is Roush. Now back to Ronenbaum. Short corner. Inside, Richter lays it up, no good. It's loose, and Belle Whitson picks up the rebound. Whitson running the point guard here, crossing into the front court. Driving inside, gives into the corner on the left side to Bailey Weber. Picks up her dribble, inside to Whitson. Now over to Smith. She will put up a jumper from the elbow, and Lucy Smith knocks it down. Her first basket, and the Wildcats of Central City lead Mac Valley 4-2. Maquoketa Valley with the basketball. Believe that is Richter driving inside. No good. Put back is good, and the foul. Basket for Mac Valley is good. And the fouled player will shoot one. See who the foul was on. Central City's first. Free throws no good, but the offensive rebound picked up by Mac Valley. We're tied at 4 here from Delhi. 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Three-pointer on the way from the corner, and that is good. It's a 5-point possession for Mac Valley after the offensive rebound on the missed free throw, and they lead 7-4. Full court pressure, but it's broken by the Wildcats. Smith goes inside to Weber. It's loose. Weber trying to save it and does. Has it in the corner. Over right wing to Smith. She's double-teamed. Gets it high post to Dedeker. Over to Whitson. She'll take a three-pointer from the left wing. That's too strong off the backboard and rebounded by Richter. Ronenbaum running it for Mac Valley. Tipped by Whitson out of bounds. Last touched by Whitson. So it stays with Maquoketa Valley. First sub of the game for Central City. As Avery Wise, the freshman, checks in. She'll replace Belle Whitson. Wise averaging 3.5 points and 3 rebounds per game so far as in her freshman season. Bianca Ronenbaum with the basketball for Mac Valley. She has it back near the midcourt logo. Goes left wing. Inside lob pass is caught. Layup no, but the foul is called. That'll be a couple of free throws for, I believe, Jada Knipper. Foul is called on Lexi Dedeker. I didn't see who they called the first one on, but believe that is Lexi's first. Team foul number 2. First free throw on the way is well short, misses everything but the net. And is no good. Knipper will get one more. 31% free throw shooter on the year. Gets the second. Bounces off the rim and through. And it's an 8-4 lead for Maquoketa Valley. Mac Valley is pressing in the full court. Wildcats get to the cross half court to Avery Wise. Has it right wing. Double team comes. Gets it over to Cook. Long 2 on the way. That is good. Savannah Cook knocks down a long 2. She's got 4 points, and the Wildcats of Central City are back within 2. Mac Valley takes a three-pointer. Believe Knipper on the shot. No good. Richter fighting for the rebound. Couldn't secure it. Goes off of her, and it goes back to Central City. Lexi Dedeker will inbound in front of the press. Avery Wise and Savannah Cook in the backcourt to help out. Dedeker with the ball. Over into the front court. Cook can't handle it over her head. It's a turnover, and it goes back to Mac Valley. Sub into the game for Central City, as Sloan Smith makes her first appearance, replacing her sister Lucy Smith. Sloan, a freshman, averaging nearly 4 points and nearly 6 rebounds a game. 8-6, Mac Valley here. 4.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Knipper has it right wing into the corner to Ronenbaum. Ronenbaum for 3. That is no good. Can't get the shooter's roll. We got a foul on the rebound called on Mac Valley. Going the other way. Foul is going to be called on, I think, Haley Ronenbaum, but might not be right. Again, these numbers are nowhere near accurate compared to the jersey, so I'm just guessing on a lot of these. Do have a sub into the game as Alexis Halverson is in for the first time. Full court press in the backcourt. It's tipped, and it's taken away by Maquoketa Valley. Layup up and no good from Halverson. Just checked into the game, couldn't get the wide open layup. Sloan Smith picks it up in the backcourt. Halfway through our opening quarter, 8-6 Mac Valley. Avery Wise bringing it up. Over into the corner to Weber. Weber driving inside, kicks it out to Wise right wing. Into the corner to Cook. Long 2 on the way from Cook. No good, too strong. Rebounded by Roush. Ronenbaum up the floor for Mac Valley. Gives it over to Roush. Now back to Ronenbaum. She'll take a left wing triple. That is good. As Bianca Ronabaum, a 64% three-point shooter, gets her first bucket of the game. It's 11-6, Mac Valley. Weber has it in the left corner, but throws it away. It's loose ball, and Mac Valley racing after it. Picked up by Halverson nearly all the way down the other end of the floor. Inside pass to Richter, tipped, picks it up, puts it in. As Mac Valley extends their lead, it's 13-6. Grace Richter with her first basket. We've got a timeout on the floor. Timeout called by Central City. It's a 30-second timeout. First timeout of the game. And after the timeout, we'll have Macy Lupkus, a freshman, entering the game for the first time, averaging nearly 1.5 points per contest, alongside 1.5 rebounds. So 3:21 to go in the opening quarter. It is Maquoketa Valley 13 and Central City 6. Timeout called by Central City's coach Fear. Just a 30-second timeout. Wildcats' 6 points have come from Savannah Cook and Lucy Smith. 4 for Cook and 2 for Smith. I do want to apologize. I don't think this broadcast is going to be the quality I expect of myself, but the one and only roster Maquoketa Valley has provided has all sorts of numbers that are not out there on the floor, numbers on the floor that aren't on the roster. So, again, last time I'm going to say it, do want to apologize for a less than stellar broadcast, but we'll certainly have all the numbers figured out for Central City. Inbounds pass is tipped and taken away. Turnover from Cook. Mac Valley basketball as Ronabaum will take a three-pointer. No good. Bounce around. Rebound fought for and picked up by Sloan Smith, this team's leading rebounder. Gives it over to Bailey Weber. Weber slowing it up the floor. Calling the action. Gives it over to Wise in the left wing. High post to Smith. Smith takes one dribble, picks it up. In trouble now. Doesn't have her dribble any longer. Gives it over to Weber. Tipped and picked up in the left wing. Weber in some trouble. Down to 13 in the shot clock. Now we got a fight for the basketball. A jump ball is called, and that should favor Central City, and it does. With just 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 2:44 to go in the opening quarter. 13-6, Mac Valley is our score. Inbounds pass goes to Cook. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Picks it up over to Smith inside the paint. Takes one dribble out to Cook. Driving in, down to 2 on the shot clock. Got to put one up. Nobody got a shot up in time. Weber had the basketball when the shot clock ran out. That is a turnover, shot clock violation. Goes back to Maquoketa Valley. Into the game for Central City. Lexi Dedeker re-entering. She will replace Bailey Weber. Bianca Ronabaum bringing the ball up the floor for Maquoketa Valley. Has it top of the key. Swings it over to Knipper on the left wing. Now back to Ronabaum. Swinging to the round. Over to Knipper left wing. High post, tipped by Wise. Fighting for the steal. Cubs come up with it. Great job and great effort by the freshman. Wildcats looking to run here in transition. Don't have numbers any longer. Wise has it left wing. Over to Cook. We're going to have a foul called on Mac Valley. As a couple of subs, Lucy Smith back in for Central City, and for Maquoketa Valley, believe that is Haley Ronabaum back into the game. Cook going to the bench for Central City. Pass is picked up by Smith near half court. Tried to pass it away, but it was tipped. Now she's in deep trouble near half court. Double teamed. Tries to get it out of there, but instead it's taken away by Ronabaum. But before she could bring it up the floor, she shuffled the feet. Traveling violation is called. And after all that, it goes right back to Central City as Belle Whitson, who started the game, is back in there. She replaces Macy Lupkus. Cook inbounding the basketball. Does so to Smith in the short corner. Back to Cook. And they're going to say Smith shuffled the feet. Lucy Smith called for the traveling violation. Goes back to Mac Valley. 13-6, Maquoketa Valley. 1:50 to go in the opening quarter. Bianca Ronabaum dribbling it up for the Wildcats of Mac Valley. Ronabaum will take a three-pointer. That rattles out, no good. Rebound fought for, results in a jump ball. Possession arrow this time favors Maquoketa Valley. So we'll stay with the other Wildcats. And now we've got a stoppage. A couple of officials are having a conversation. Waiting to see how this conversation turns out. It is a shot clock issue is what they're discussing because they reset it, but the official says they should not have because Maquoketa Valley never lost possession of the basketball. It was a missed shot. Offensive rebound fought for by Central City is the ruling. And that should not have reset the shot clock. They've got it back down to 23. And Maquoketa Valley throwing it in from the baseline. Bounce pass goes to Roush. Now Knipper will take a three-pointer. No. Rebound picked up by Whitson. Looking to run. Tries to split the difference between a couple of defenders. Cannot do so successfully. Last touched by Avery Wise. It's another Wildcat turnover. Goes back to Maquoketa Valley. A little under 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. 13-6. Maquoketa Valley over Central City. Bianca Ronabom bringing it up the floor for Mac Valley. Gives it over to Knipper. Back to Ronabom, top of the key. Over to Roush on the right wing. Ronabom skips it to Knipper. High post, pass is bobbled, but picked up and saved by Ronabom. Now Roush will take a three-pointer. No good, but the offensive rebound picked up by Knipper and fouled on the shot. So it'll be 2 free throws coming up as they got the foul on Sloane Smith. That is her first, team foul number 3. And will be 2 shots for Jada Knipper. And we've got a stoppage, a little bit of confusion. So Kelsey Hager's into the game for the first time for Mac Valley, 5'7" sophomore. Now Bailey Weber also into the game for Central City, re-entering and replacing Sloane Smith. So will be Jada Knipper shooting 2. She split the first 2 free throws she had. Airballed the first, but bounced back to make the second. First one is up and good. She's got 2 points on the night. It is 14-6 Maquoketa Valley. A couple of touchdowns to a couple of field goals here with 1:03 to go in the first quarter. Second free throw is up and good. Perfect on both for Knipper. She's airballed her first, and then she's been almost perfect on the 3 since. And that one is nearly thrown away. Wise trying to run the tightrope along the sideline, but she cannot. It is a turnover again, and it goes back to Mac Valley. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter, 15-6, Maquoketa Valley on top of Central City. Remember, this is the second meeting between these two teams this year. The first meeting was a dominant victory for Maquoketa Valley by a final of 64-42, and that game was right here in Delhi. Corner 3 on the way. That is no good from Hager, rebounded by Lucy Smith. Long down-court pass from Wise to Weber. They connect, but Weber is partially blocked on the layup. No good. Rebound, Ronabom. Wildcats have not scored here in quite some time. Mac Valley can essentially hold for one, about a 2-second difference between the shot and game clock late here in the first quarter. Mac Valley looking to play keep away until they take the final shot. At least that's what they're looking for of this first quarter. Ronabom with the ball, down to 10 seconds on the clock. 5 on the shot clock now. Ronabom open for a corner 3. That is good. Mac Valley runs that end of quarter play to perfection. There's also a three-pointer from Bianca Ronabom. And that is how we end our first quarter. The Wildcats are about even through half of this first quarter, but it has been all Mac Valley these last 4 minutes. Through a quarter of play, it is Maquoketa Valley 18 and Central City 6. During this break, we'll give a shout-out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. So here's the scoring numbers for Central City. They were led by Savannah Cook with 4 points. Lucy Smith added 2, and that was it scoring-wise for Central City. Some very unofficial scoring numbers for Mac Valley, given the number discrepancy that I've been struggling with here. Bianca Ronabom had 6 to my count, Jada Knipper with 3, and Grace Richter with 2. So 12-point lead here for Maquoketa Valley through a quarter of basketball. believe it will be Central City ball to begin the second quarter. Mac Valley won the opening tap. There were 2 jump balls in that quarter, so this one should go to Central City. Wildcats back on the floor. It is Lucy Smith alongside Cook, Dedeker, Weber, and Whitson. Starting 5 are out there for Central City. Will be Wildcat ball as Mac Valley takes the floor as well. It's the Rona Bombs with Roush, Knipper, and Richter. Plenty of pressure being applied here by Mac Valley. Weber inbounds to Cook. She picks it up, gives it over to Dedeker. Just in front of the 3-point line, over to Whitson, top of the key. Inside, taken away by Rona Bomb. Whitson was looking for Cook, but was not to be on that possession. Rona Bomb gives it over to Roush, top of the key. Now swings it over to Knipper, into the corner, 3-pointer on the way from Rona Bomb. That is good. Bianca Rona Bomb knocks down her 3rd triple of the ball game. She's got 9. It's 21-6 Mac Valley. This pressure is giving the Wildcats fits, and it is at the moment as well. Wildcats just get to the cross half court in time, but it's tipped and stolen away. Coming up with the steal was Alexis Halverson, who just throws it away, but it looks like it was tipped by Weber. So it does go to Central City. And the inbounds pass goes to the sophomore point guard for Mac Valley, Bianca Ronabaum. Ronabaum gives it into the corner to Roush. Now right wing back to Ronabaum. Pass is tipped by Weber, but ends up in the hands of Knipper. Goes left corner to Halverson, left wing. Knipper stops, goes inside to Richter. The bump, no call, but she spins through and puts it up and gets the basket to go. Second basket for the talented freshman, Grace Richter, averaging 10 a game. It's 23-6. Mac Valley on a massive run here at the moment, as Dedeker is in big trouble in the backcourt with this pressure, and Wildcats are not going to get across half court in time. Thanks to the shot clock, you can now perfectly see a 10-second violation, and clearly was the correct call that time that Bailey Weber did not dribble the ball across the timeline before that clock went to 25 seconds, which is the 10 seconds with the 35-second shot clock. So it is a turnover. Avery Wise back into the game for the Wildcats, as Mac Valley has it into the corner to Roush. Now Ronabaum kicks it back out to Roush. She'll take a corner three. She hits it. Mac Valley firing on all cylinders at the moment as Kennedy Roush knocks down a triple. Whitson into the front court. Tries to dump it down to Lucy Smith, but Bianca Ronabaum had other plans. Taps it away out of bounds and saves an opportunity for a Wildcat layup. Baseline of the bounds for Central City. Bailey Weber will throw it in. Doso to Avery Wise in the right wing. Left wing, gives it over to Weber. Calling for a screen, instead goes inside to Smith. Little give and go back to Weber. Top of the key to Whitson. Whitson dribbling to her right. Looking around, picks up her dribble. Little butt pick handoff to Weber. Driving inside, lays one up. That is no good, but the foul is called. And Bailey Weber will go to the line to shoot two for Central City. Wildcats with a chance to get their first points in quite some time. Foul went on Jada Knipper, her first. Now we've got a stoppage as Bailey Weber, who will be shooting these free throws, walks over to the bench. Has to wipe up some blood on her leg, unfortunately. 6:09 to go here in the second quarter from Delhi. It is Maquoketa Valley 26 and Central City 6. 20-point lead for Mac Valley. Weber makes her way back onto the floor. It was at one point 8-6, and since then it's an 18-0 run for Mac Valley. Weber shooting two here. First one is up and leaves it just a bit short off front of the rim. No good. She'll get one more. Weber on the year is a 65% free throw shooter. Wildcats as a team shooting at 60% from the line. Second free throw from Weber is on the way. That one is good. She makes one of two. And the Wildcats do manage to end this 18-0 run. Still a big deficit, 26-7. Roush has it in the corner for Mac Valley. Pass is stolen away by Weber. Read that pass perfectly. Looking to run in full court. Does not have numbers. Will fight through it regardless. Nearly gets it to go. Rolls off front of the rim. Rebounded by Halverson. Knipper running it for Mac Valley. Has it left wing. Picks it up. Over to Halverson in the corner. Back to Knipper. Picks up her dribble. Halverson wide open. Triple from the left corner. That is no good. A little too strong. Rebound not saved by Richter. She went for it, but ends up back with Central City. A couple of subs here for the Wildcats as Macy Lupkus as well as Sloan Smith back into the ball game. They join Avery Wise, Bailey Weber, and Savannah Cook. But at the moment, we have a timeout called by Coach Fear, a 30-second timeout. Wildcats have used both of those. They've got 3 fulls remaining. 5:38 to go in the second quarter. It is Maquoketa Valley 26 and Central City 7. An 18-1 run currently Maquoketa Valley is on, and that is why Central City trails by such a large margin. First horn sounds. And Wildcats make their way back onto the floor first. Currently 4 freshmen on the floor for Central City. Bailey Weber, a junior. Other than that, it is all a bunch of 9th graders out there with Smith, Lupkus, Cook, and Wise. Inbounds pass goes to Avery Wise. Gets it back to Bailey Weber. Races her way across half court. Skips it over to Cook. Fakes the shot from just in front of the 3-point line. Driving in, dump down. Lupkus puts it up. That is good, and the foul. Macy Lupkus finishes inside for her first basket of the contest. Takes the contact as well, so she'll shoot 1. Lupkus, one of the better free throw shooters for Central City this year, shooting at 62%. Will have just 1 shot here. First one up, and that is no good. A little too strong off the back iron, and rebounded by Ronabaum. Knipper bringing it up for Maquoketa Valley. It's 26-9, 5:20 to go in the second quarter. Ronabaum has it left wing. Pass is tipped. A fight for it between Richter and Smith. It was last touched by Smith, according to the nearest official. So it will stay with Mac Valley. Throwing it in will be Bianca Ronabaum for Maquoketa Valley. Looking over her options. Gets it in to Haley Ronabaum. Little jumper from Knipper is short. No good. Rebound Cook. Cook into the front court. Looking over her options. Stops at the 3-point line. Inside. Sloan Smith takes one dribble, puts it up, gets it to go off the glass. Sloan Smith with her first basket of the ball game. Timeout is called by Coach Monk of the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley. He is not happy. Letting his girls know it. Just a 30-second timeout, his first. 4:59 to go in the second quarter. It's Maquoketa Valley 26 and Central City 11. Wildcats have responded to the 18-0 run they allowed with a quick 5-0 run of their own. So while certainly not comparable in terms of run size yet, is definitely a good sign that Central City has a little bit of fight left in them despite the big run. Wildcats are back on the floor, no subs. The 4 freshmen, Lupkus, Smith, Cook, and Wise alongside Bailey Weber. Maquoketa Valley back on the floor. They have the Ronabaums alongside Roush, Richter, Ronabaum bringing it up for Maquoketa Valley. Lob play inside. Ronabaum is there. Correction, Knipper was there. And Jada Knipper gets the basket to go. She's got 5. Inbounds pass goes to Cook off the fingertips, gets it back. Wildcats in big trouble. Just 5 seconds to get to the cross half court. Weber racing and now sends it into the front court to Cook. Weber has it right wing. Double teamed over to Wise. She fakes the 3. Step back, loses her footing. Nearly turned an ankle, fell to her knees, and that is a traveling violation, as that'll be a turnover back to Mac Valley. 28-11, 4:25 to go until the break. Here from Delhi. Ronabaum walking it up, and Coach Monk giving a call from the bench. Ronabaum has it, high post inside to Richter, wide open layup. It is finished by Grace Richter. She's got 6. It's 30-11, nearly halfway through our second quarter. And we're going to have a double dribble called, as Savannah Cook was ruled to have picked up her dribble just enough, and that will be another turnover. One freshman replaces another here as Lexi Dedeker is back in for Savannah Cook. 4:03 to go in the second quarter, 30-11 Mac Valley. Bianca Ronabaum walking it up for Maquoketa Valley, crosses the timeline, guarded by Dedeker, gives it left wing to Haley Ronabaum. Gives it over to Richter. On the right wing, just beyond the 3-point line. Left wing to Knipper. Knipper driving inside, picks it up at the high post, tries to dump it down. Instead, it results in a turnover. Richter couldn't handle the pass, and Ronabaum couldn't save it. The ball goes back to Central City to have a sub here as Alexis Halverson re-enters and she replaces Haley Ronabaum. Inbounds pass goes to Avery Wise. Back to Bailey Weber, up to Dedeker, crossing into the front court. She's tripped and the foul is not called, so therefore it's a traveling violation. Coach Fear doesn't appreciate the call, but the official decided there wasn't enough contact, I suppose. I mean, it looked like a foul to me, but we'll play on. Inbounds pass goes to Ronabaum, crossing the timeline, guarded by Dedeker. Gives it right wing to Knipper. Now left wing to Bianca Ronabaum. Back to Knipper, top of the key. High post to Richter. Taking her time, takes one dribble. Little scoop pass goes to Knipper. Now top of the key to Roush. Back to Knipper, left wing. Knipper driving inside, guarded by Weber. Gets through one potential Wildcat defender, but it's swatted away by Lupkus and rebounded by Wise. Wildcats will run. Weber near the front court. Numbers are back now for Mac Valley. Jumper on the way. That is left short by Dedeker, and it's rebounded by Halverson. Ronabaum looking to run. Dumps it down court to Richter, working inside, double teamed, goes backside to Halverson. Her awkward-looking layup finds the bottom of the net regardless, and she's on the board with 2. It's 32-11, Mac Valley. Weber trying to go down court to Lupkus. The fight for it last touched by Lupkus, and it goes back to Maquoketa Valley. I know that Coach Fear and company will not be pleased with the turnover numbers they see once this contest has concluded. 2.5 minutes go in the opening half. 32-11 is our score here from Maquoketa Valley High School. Richter has it just in front of the three-point line. Now gives it over to Roush, right wing. Dribbling to her left, stops at the free throw line. Now passes it over, top of the key, high post. It goes to Halverson. Halverson, the little dump down pass to Roush. Her triple's on the way, and that is good. Kennedy Roush drains a triple, her second. It's 35-11. And that pass is off the mark, nearly stolen away. Now it is stolen away as it is secured by Roush. Pass goes up ahead to Ronabaum. Under 2 minutes to go until the break. Roush has it right wing. Gives it over to Ronabaum, top of the key, dribbling left. Spins, gets in the paint, puts it up, and it's swatted away by Dedeker, and they're going to call a foul. I thought I saw all ball, but they are going to call the foul that time. Foul does go against Lexi Dedeker. I've got that as her second. It is team foul number 4. Haley Ronabaum will shoot 2. Bianca Ronabaum. And she misses the first. Ronabaum, a 64% free throw shooter on the year. She'll get one more. Whitson, Cook, and Lucy Smith back in for Central City. Staying on the floor will be Weber and Sloan Smith as Ronabaum gets set for her second free throw. Second free throw on the way. That is perfect for Bianca Ronabaum. Give her 10 for the contest. It's 36-11. And Cook is bumped along the sideline, hits the deck, and a foul is called on Bianca Ronabaum, her first, and team foul number 4. Both teams have 4. Nowhere near the bonus yet for either squad, and it will be Central City basketball. Inbounds pass goes to Belle Whitson. She's into the front court, picks it up, skips it short corner. Cook picks up her dribble, tipped, picked up by Sloan Smith, driving inside, throws one up, no good. But the foul is called, and Sloan Smith has earned a trip to the free throw line, where she will shoot 2. Foul goes against Alexis Halverson of the Wildcats. That is her first, team foul number 5. Sloan Smith will shoot 2. She's a 60% free throw shooter on the year. First shot is on the way. That one is good. That's 3 on the night for Smith. The freshman averaging just under 4 a game. She will shoot one more. It's 36-12, Maquoketa Valley. 1:33 to go in the second quarter. Second free throw on the way from Smith. That one bounces off the rim, no good, and it's rebounded by Halverson. Bianca Ronabaum will bring it up for Maquoketa Valley. Crosses the timeline, right wing to Roush. Well beyond the three-point line, top of the key to Knipper. Now left wing to Ronabaum. Lob play inside to Knipper. She catches it, double teamed. Tough shot, no good. Rebound Sloan Smith. Bailey Weber, not quite walking it up, but is taking her time up the floor. Gives it left wing to Whitson. Goes high post to Lucy Smith. Swings to Weber. She's got an open 3 from the right wing. That's too strong off back iron, but Whitson pulls in the offensive rebound. 1 minute to go until the half. Fresh shot clock for Central City. Whitson goes inside. Savannah Cook can't get the layup to go, and Halverson pulls in the rebound. Bianca Ronabaum will walk it up for Maquoketa Valley. 25 on the shot clock, about 42 on the game clock here in the second quarter. Left wing, Ronenbaum fakes the three. Dumps it down inside. Halverson can't get it to go. Weber adjusted the shot, if not blocked it, and the shot clock is off as Bailey Weber crosses into the front court. Gives it over to Whitson in the right wing. Down low, Sloan Smith goes to work in there and puts it up, gets it to go down. She's got 5. Nice opening half for Smith. And it's 36-14 Mac Valley. 20 seconds to go until the break. And Coach Monk from the sideline calls for one shot, to which his point guard Bianca Ronenbaum will oblige and hold it out. Now about 10 seconds. Will probably look to go here in a moment. Ronenbaum top of the key, down to 7 seconds. Guarded by Whitson. Plenty of pressure out there. High post. Knipper turns, goes to work inside. Throws one up, no good. Fight for the offensive rebound. It's not going to be picked up by anybody as the buzzer sounds. And that does it for our opening half of play. So in that first half, an 18-0 run for Maquoketa Valley is the real difference here between a competitive ball game and a blowout. Halfway home in this one, it is Maquoketa Valley 36 and Central City 14. I'll be joined momentarily for a halftime interview by Central City senior basketball player David Munyakazi. He's making his way over here at the moment. Got a nice bird's eye view of this contest here in Delhi. Again, big shout out to the staff, especially Trevor Arnold, AD for Maquoketa Valley, for helping get me set up here on about 3 hours' notice. Much appreciated. Now I am being joined by David Munyakazi, one of the seniors on this Wildcat basketball team. How you doing, David?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Thanks so much for joining me here.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to talk about the first half of the season we just concluded. Probably a few more losses than you guys would have liked, but if you really look at things, everyone you lost to is going to be a really strong team. What are some of your initial thoughts on that?
I think it was just certain things we worked on in practice. First half of the year, not everything's going to go your way. Still kind of getting into the groove of things. Like a lot of people say, the good teams get to their best around Christmas break, and we had a really good practice over break, so I think we're in for a good stretch of games here.
That's great to hear. Certainly those Christmas break practice is very important. So I mentioned you are one of the seniors on this team, and do you feel yourself having a more of a leadership role this year as a senior?
Yeah, most definitely. You've been through kind of the season before, especially younger kids coming up from middle school. It's a lot different. Just being there, able to guide them along the way. Yeah, it's a big part of being a senior on the team.
And kind of an interesting situation for you. You didn't start your high school career here at Central City, but coming in, have you felt really accepted and really enjoying your time here at Central City?
Yeah, most definitely. The school, the community, the whole city has welcomed us with open arms, giving us opportunities that I didn't think we'd frankly get. But, people believed in me, my siblings, my family here. So, yeah, the whole city's been great towards us.
And back in the football season, you were named the homecoming king. Certainly want to give you a shout out for that.
Thank you.
That very exciting for you?
Yeah.
Big honor, I'm sure.
Yep, most definitely. Appreciate all my peers who picked me, who voted for me. I appreciate it a lot.
And now kind of flipping the page, we have big-time matchup here, quite frankly. This is, in my opinion, the third and fourth best teams in this Tri-Rivers West, but I guess we're going to figure out which is which tonight, at least for the first round of this game. What are some of your thoughts on this matchup here tonight?
I know Mac Valley has that one good kid, Avery, I think is his
Yep.
name. They also got a pretty good post. 34, I think is his number. But we also got a lot of talent on our side. I think if we execute our game plan, I think we'll be good. And, yeah, this will be a tough game, but I believe that we are ready for it.
This game will get you started on the second half. Are there any expectations you guys have set, and what are some of your goals here as we go down the stretch of the season, start kind of peeking ahead towards the postseason?
Yeah, I think we just want to keep on getting better and better and better. We don't want to peak too early. We want to kind of get at our best going into the postseason, because once it's postseason, anything can happen. It's one and done, so we definitely want to make a run and show other teams what we got.
Well, David, thank you very much for joining me here for this halftime break, and certainly looking forward to a good ball game here tonight. Best of luck to you guys, and looking forward to calling this one here tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
David Munyakazi, kind enough to join me here at halftime. Wildcats will take on Maquoketa Valley in a big-time Tri-Rivers West matchup on the boys' side after the conclusion of this girls' game. As I said, are at halftime here of this matchup between Central City and Maquoketa Valley on the girls' side of things. And it is a strong lead for the other Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley. They are on top, 36-14. Here's a look at some numbers. First, for your Central City Wildcats, they were led in scoring by Sloan Smith. The freshman had 5 points in the opening 16 minutes of play. Savannah Cook added 4 points. Macy Lupkus had a couple of points. So did Lucy Smith. And Bailey Weber got 1 point at the free throw line. For Mac Valley, these are unofficial. I was struggling to figure out who is who considering the number discrepancy, but what I have down is Bianca Ronenbaum with 10, Kennedy Rausch with 6, Jada Knipper with 5, Grace Richter with 6 points. And that is all I had. Certainly missing some, but that's what I was able to gather. Looking at the fouls, I am missing 1 foul for Central City. They had 4 as a team. Lexi Diedker has 2, Sloan Smith has 1. For Mac Valley, I had Bianca Ronenbaum, Jada Knipper, and Haley Ronenbaum all with 1. Also missing a foul from that side of things, but that is what I have. Again, 36-14 is our score. And like David was talking about, do have a big-time matchup with Maquoketa Valley coming up after this one on the boys' side of things. Referenced a couple of standout players. Avery Holtz is their guy in terms of scoring the basketball. Holtz, a senior guard, averaging 20 points a night, shooting at over 50% from the floor and 45% from 3. There have been plenty of Holtz kids that come through that Mac Valley program. They're all good, and lucky for the younger kids, there is another one coming up. Anderson Holtz, a freshman on this team, not playing a whole lot, not scoring a whole lot, but neither was his brother. I'm assuming it's his brother at least, Avery Holtz, back when he was a freshman, and look what he's doing now as a senior. And the other kid he mentioned was Cody Hager, their very talented center. He's 6'6", so got some size that the Wildcats just, quite frankly, don't have in terms of pure height. Hager averaging just better than 8 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 1 steal, and half a block. So those are some of the players that David mentioned that are starters and certainly some of the standout players. Once I go into my pregame ramble for the second game of tonight's doubleheader, I'll certainly touch on those guys. We got about 4 minutes until the second half gets underway here from Delhi. Central City girls are on the floor first. Wildcat girls are wearing their black road uniforms tonight. Wildcats across the chest in white numerals as well as white trim. Maquoketa Valley has yet to take the floor for the second half. They will do so in just a little while. Do want to touch once again on what's going on the rest of this week. We do have a unconventional Tri-Rivers Conference matchup on Thursday. And the reason it's taking place on Thursday is because the makeup game, East Buchanan is coming to town. They're taking on Central City. And that game will be broadcast live right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I'll have the call. And then also you can stream that game on the NFHS network. That's a big one. East Buck at Central City. That was supposed to take place for the last game before Christmas break, but unfortunately some Wildcat players had some illness troubles and couldn't field enough players to really put together a competitive squad. So instead they just decided they'll wait until we come back, and that is what's going on that side of things. And then something I love to see, it's very fun. On Friday, it is the East versus West games. So 7 matchups. Remember, Cedar Valley Christian left the Tri-Rivers Conference. They're on the east side. They left the conference, and they are kind of a free agent, if you will. Just floating out there by themselves for a couple of years at the very least. That's why there's 7 games and not 8. But going on around the conference, we've got Prince of Peace at Alburnett, North Cedar at East Buchanan, Lisbon at Maquoketa Valley, Calamus Wheatland at North Lynn, Midland at Starmont, Marquette Catholic at Springville, and then in Central City, the Easton Valley Riverhawks will come to town. Those should be 2 very good games between the Riverhawks and the Wildcats, both for the boys and the girls. I will not be on the call for that one. I've got an assignment over in Cedar Falls, the UNI women's basketball team hosting Murray State for a Missouri Valley Conference matchup. I'll have the call on ESPN Plus for that one on Friday, but I believe Cindy McCarthy will have the call for this Easton Valley Central City matchup. Again, that is this Friday, January 6th in Central City. That is not a conference matchup. It's important to note that is non-conference because East versus West games do not count towards conference standings. So that will not hurt or harm anybody in terms of standings because, remember, you crown a West Side champion as well as an East Side champion. But certainly good for bragging rights. The West Side on the girls' side of things were dominated by the East 6-1. But on the West side, or excuse me, for the boys' side of things, it was an even split, 3-3. Certainly want to win those bragging rights, and the West Side, which Central City is a member of course, will be looking to do just that this Friday when they host a very tough Easton Valley squad. After that, the Central City Wildcats will host Central Elkader on Monday the 9th, Tuesday the 10th. That is a non-conference game, by the way. Tuesday the 10th, they go to Calamus Wheatland for a East versus West game. The 13th, they go to Starmont. One I'm certainly looking forward to is on January 14th. The Wildcats go to Coe College and take on Dunkerton for the Wells Fargo Advisors Shootout. I do plan on being on the call for that game from Coe College's campus. I did have an interaction on Twitter with the individual that runs that, and it sounds like I'll be good to go set up my equipment and broadcast the ball game from there, so I do anticipate having the call for that one on Saturday the 14th. Just before I go back to UNI to begin my final semester as a Panther. Second half about to get underway here from Maquoketa Valley High School. Central City going with the starting five. We've got Whitson, Smith, Cook, Dedeker, and Weber out there. That is Lucy Smith, not Sloan, although we will see plenty of her in the second half. She had a great first half, 5 points to lead the way. That will be Maquoketa Valley basketball to begin our third quarter. Knipper has the basketball for Mac Valley, gives it over to Roush right wing. Wildcats of Mac Valley working left to right here in the second half. Ronabaum looking to drive inside, gets past Whitson, kicks it out. Open three-pointer on the way from Knipper, and that is good. Jada Knipper having a nice game for herself. She's got 8. It's 39-14 Mac Valley. Pass way down the floor to Lucy Smith. It gets there, but it's taken away. She was looking for Whitson on the inside. Taken away by Richter, and Coach Fear, I think, just wanted her to go up with the shot. And that one is off the foot of Cook. Kicked ball stays with Mac Valley, but good job by Cook to get her foot in there and stop the fast break as Sloan Smith gets a quick call into the game just over 30 seconds into the third quarter. Replaces her sister Lucy. Like I said, they were not pleased that she did not take that open layup and instead tried to get the extra pass. It resulted in the turnover. Three-pointer on the way from Knipper, no good. Rebound Richter inside, loses it, now dives after it, but her leg was out of bounds. So that will be a turnover back to Central City. 7:20 to play in the third quarter. It's 39-14. Maquoketa Valley over Central City. Pass looked a little dangerous, but does get there to Cook. Now an inside pass to Smith is poked and taken away. Ronabaum has the basketball. And she's run it up for Maquoketa Valley. Up ahead to Roush, crossing into the front court. Goes inside to Haley Ronabaum. She goes up through some contact and finishes on the inside. Good finish inside by Haley Ronabaum. And we've got a timeout called by Mac Valley. That is a 30-second timeout. No more 30-second timeouts remaining for either side. They both used their 2. Both teams do have all 3 full timeouts remaining. 6:58 to go in the third quarter. It is Maquoketa Valley 41, Central City 14. Do you want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank? Well, we've got a chance. Heartland Bank is here to provide the kind of services to keep community in banking. That means working with local businesses to provide funding to help them grow and giving guidance and support when you're ready to purchase your first home. Heartland Bank, we're here for you. Central City basketball out of the timeout. Bailey Weber will throw it in. Dedeker and Cook are in the backcourt to help break this press. Whitson and Sloan Smith, the other 2 players on the floor. Smith comes back and helps out, takes the inbounds pass, gives it right back to Weber, who brings it into the front court. Has it right wing, handoff goes to Whitson. Has the top of the key, dribbling left, bounce pass, looking for for Cook, but that was taken away by Haley Ronabaum. Stops, goes inside to Richter, picks it up, puts it up with the offhand, no, but a foul on the rebound is going to go against, I believe, Sloan Smith. That'll be Central City's first of the half. That would be Sloan's Sloan's second. It does stay with Mac Valley. Avery Wise back into the game for Central City. And for Mac Valley, Alexis Halverson checked into the ball game. First time in the second half. Baseline out of bounds. Great play. Results in an open layup, but Bailey Weber rejects it. Weber gets the block. Stays with Mac Valley, however. Open triple from straight on is no good from Knipper, but another offensive rebound for the Wildcats. This one by Roush. Knipper has it right wing. Goes high post. Now swings it over to Ronabaum. She's open for a triple. That's her 4th of the ball game. She had 3 in the first half. She's shooting it very well. 13 points for her on 4 triples and a free throw. Bailey Weber into the front court, picks up her dribble right at the midcourt logo, goes high post to Avery Wise. Wise gives it over to Cook, inside to Smith. Her layup attempt is too strong, too high off the glass, but a foul's called. And Sloan Smith earns a couple of free throws. Mac Valley's first foul of the half. Went against Grace Richter, her first. And it will be 2 shots for Smith. Already has 5 points in this game. First free throw on the way, and that one is perfect. Nothing but nylon for Smith. She's got 6, and Macy Lupkus back into the ball game for Central City. She will replace Lexi Dedeker. One more free throw for Smith. It's 44-15. Maquoketa Valley on top, 6:04 to go in the third. Second free throw is good from Smith. She makes both, and she leads the way for Central City with 7 points. Only averages 3.8 a game, so really nice ball game here from Sloan Smith. Maquoketa Valley basketball. Richter top of the key, driving inside. Goes right at Sloan Smith, goes through her, and Smith will be called for the foul. I mentioned she's having a really nice game, but unfortunately just picked up her third. And correction, that will go on Avery Wise. Kind of a break there for Central City as Wise picks up her first. Smith still has just the 2. Team foul number 2. And Grace Richter will shoot 2. Richter, a 72% free throw shooter on the year. That first one is up and good. She's got 7. Chance for one more. Second free throw is on the way. That one is good as well. She makes them both. She's got 8 points, 5:51 to go in the third quarter. It is 46-16. Maquoketa Valley really flexing their muscles here against Central City. Wildcats trying to break this press. They do so. Weber gets it over to Cook. Now down low to Lupkus. She will put it up right away. No good off the back iron. And a foul is called on the inside. We'll see who the foul was on. Called on Alexis Halverson of Maquoketa Valley, her second, and team foul number 2. Bailey Weber to inbound it for Central City. Does so to Avery Wise, left wing, has some trouble with it, picks it up, goes high post to Smith. Picks it up in the paint, out to Cook in the short corner. Goes up and under, is met by Richter, but a foul is going to be called. And Cook earns a couple of free throws. Is her second foul, team foul number 3. And will be 2 free throws for Savannah Cook. She's got 4 points so far here tonight, 61% free throw shooter on the year. This is that one just off to the right, off the side of the rim, as Ronenbaum into the goal ball. Excuse me, geez, mumbling my words there a little bit. Ronenbaum into the game, replacing Richter. Second free throw on the way. Cook makes that one. She makes 1 of 2. She's got 5 points on the night. It's 46-17 Mac Valley. Ronenbaum bringing it up for Maquoketa Valley. Has the top of the key. Goes high post to Haley Ronenbaum. Now Knipper driving inside. Stops in the paint. Puts it up. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Mac Valley, so it goes to Central City. 46-17 our score. 5:16 to play in the third quarter. Avery Wise takes the inbounds pass right back to Bailey Weber. Across half court. That one goes to Cook. Stops on the inside, but drags the pivot foot. Was off balance. That's another Wildcat turnover as it goes back to Maquoketa Valley. 5:09 to play in the third. 46-17 our score. As Bianca Ronenbaum will bring it up for Maquoketa Valley. Right wing now back to Ronenbaum, top of the key, over left wing. This time to Knipper. Short corner to Halverson. Now inside. Ronenbaum puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Sloan Smith. She's having a really strong all-around game for herself. The youth on this Wildcat team is impressive, as that pass from Wise is tipped and taken away by Ronenbaum. Bianca driving inside, dumps it down to Haley Ronenbaum, and that is good. Heard one Ronenbaum yell B to the other for Bianca and got her attention and got the basket. As that pass is tipped, last touch by Central City, out of play. Goes right back to Maquoketa Valley. Dedeker and Whitson back into the game for Central City as Wise and Weber will leave the ball game. 4:25 to go in the third quarter, 48-17, Maquoketa Valley. Wildcats really struggled against this full court pressure of Mac Valley. Mac Valley has the basketball at the moment. Ronenbaum will take an open 3, and that one's too strong, no good, but the offensive rebound picked up as Knipper slips. Roush tried to save it, but stepped on the end line first, so it goes to Central City. It's a Wildcat team that's extremely young, just one senior, 5 freshmen that either have started, do start, or play significant minutes off the bench. They're trying to figure out life here at the varsity level. As Dedeker goes up inside, puts one off the backboard and gets it to go. Good assist by Whitson on that play. First basket of the game for Dedeker. 48-19 is our score, 3:55 to play in the third. Ronabaum fakes the triple, over to Knipper, now inside. Ronabaum dumps it down. Halverson puts up a floater, gets it to go. Impressive finish on the inside by Alexis Halverson. She's got 4. It's 50-19. Dedeker dribbling around, now gives it over to Sloan Smith, left wing. Picks up her dribble, she's double teamed. It's tipped. Cook tries to get it, hits the deck. Now several players are fighting for it, ends up in the hands of Dedeker. Now Whitson will take a triple from the right wing. That one's short, off the side of the rim. And a foul's called on the inside. That'll go against Maquoketa Valley. And we'll stay with Central City. That'll be Mac Valley's 4th foul of the half. Goes against Bianca Ronabaum. That is her 2nd. Lexi Dedeker will inbound for Central City. Before we see that, got a full timeout called by Coach Fear. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. It is Central City trailing Maquoketa Valley 50-19. Coach Fear has 2 full timeouts remaining. Coach Monk of the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley has all 3 fulls. During the timeout, why don't we give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. So 3:21 to go here in the third quarter. Maquoketa Valley leading Central City. Our score here 50-19. As the warning horn sounds, 15 seconds, and then these teams will be back on the floor. Leading scorer for the Wildcats so far tonight has been the freshman Sloan Smith. She's got 7. Savannah Cook has added 5. For the Wildcats on the floor, it's 4 freshmen. Dedeker, Smith, Lupkus, and Cook, joined by the junior Belle Whitson. Wildcat ball, baseline out of bounds. Inbounds pass goes to Cook, right wing, dribbling inside, gives in the corner to Dedeker. She's looking to get inside. Her pass is tipped, stolen away, tipped by Ronabaum, stolen by Halverson, and she gives it to Bianca Ronabaum. Ronabaum quickly into the front court, gives it over top of the key to Roush, high post to Ronabaum. Skips it over, triple on the way from Halverson. That is good. Knipper on the three-pointer there. She's got 11, really nice game for her. It's 53-19. Central City has nearly another turnover. There's a fight for it. Jump ball is going to be called as Cook has some trouble with the pressure. This time the alternating possession arrow does stay with Central City. Reminder, boys are up after the girls here tonight in what should be a very high-quality Tri-Rivers Conference basketball game. I'll have the coverage for that one as well. 5 minutes after the girls' game finishes, I'll have the pregame show for you right here. Same video, don't change anything. You can stay right where you are. Whitson has her pass tipped, taken away by Bianca Ronabaum. Sends it over to Knipper, inside to Haley Ronabaum. Turns, puts it up with the offhand. No, but the rebound by Halverson. Out to Roush for a triple. That finds its way home as Kennedy Roush knocks down the 3. She's got 9. Cook brings it into the front court. 56-19 Mac Valley. 2:20 to play in the third. Whitson has it top of the key, dribbling to her left. Dumps it down. Dedeker in some trouble in there, gets it back out. Cook driving inside, was fouled before the shot, made the layup. Was fouled from behind before she got to the hoop. It'll be Mac Valley 6. They're nearly over the limit. Correction, may just be their 5th. As that one was called on Kennedy Rauscher first. Lucy Smith and Avery Wise back into the game for Central City. Sloan Smith and Savannah Cook take a seat. Wildcat basketball, as the clock is unintentionally running here, so they will reset that. It looks like it may have reached the 35-point barrier, but the shot clock was unintentionally running. Nonetheless, Wildcat basketball. Whitson has the top of the key, hands it off to Wise. Now back to Whitson, left wing, driving inside, now brings it back out to the perimeter. Whitson trying to go inside, throws it into no man's land. Bianca Ronabaum was right there and takes it away. Sends it over to Roush, right wing, back to Ronabaum. She'll take another triple. She makes another triple. Bianca Ronabaum has been draining threes all night. That's her 5th. It's 59-19, and the running clock is in full effect here. A 40-point ball game. That rule comes into effect at 35 points. Lucy Smith with a turnaround jumper from the free throw line. That misses. A fight for the rebound. Jump ball is called. Believe that one will favor Mac Valley, and it will. As for Central City, Bailey Weber's back into the ball game. She replaces Belle Whitson. As I said, clock is now running the rest of the way unless the Wildcats get it to be a much more competitive ball game. 50 seconds and counting to go in the third quarter as Bianca Ronabaum brings it up from Maquoketa Valley. Ronabaum has it right wing. Now pulls it back out. Bailey Weber playing defense on her. Now top of the key, the basketball goes to Halverson. Passes tipped by Weber, stolen away. She's got a race to the basket. Takes a couple of steps, lays it up, but does not finish the layup. No good, and Maquoketa Valley has it back. Shot clock is off. Ronabaum gives it over to Roush on the right wing. Top of the key to Halverson. Now right wing to Ronabaum. Left wing, excuse me. 15 seconds to go until the end of the third. Ronabaum dribbling right, reverses course, dribbling left. Pulls it back out. 8 seconds on the clock. Now Ronabaum trying to go to work. Driving inside, has it in the paint. Takes a couple steps, puts one up, gets it to go. You could audibly hear the slap as well. Foul was called, and it was one. She's got 17, chance to make it 18 at the free throw line. Just Central City's third foul of this half, but results in an and one attempt for Ronabaum. Free throw on the way, and that is good. 60-19 our score as Bianca Ronabaum has 18. Weber will not chuck a half-court shot before the buzzer, and that does it for the end of 3 quarters of play here from Delhi. Our score, Maquoketa Valley 60 and Central City 19. We've got a stoppage in play. Let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Tell your friends, family, and coworkers about Heartland Bank, and when they open a checking account with us, you'll both receive a special thank you gift. Referring online or on your mobile device is easy. Heartland Bank, a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. And the website where you can do that is hbtbank.com. Again, www.hbtbank.com. If you are able to refer a friend, coworker, anybody you know, really, great folks over at Heartland Bank will give you both a special thank you gift for your great support of Heartland Bank. As always, can't say thank you enough to those great folks over at Heartland Bank. Of course, location on Main Street in Central City. Could not provide you these broadcasts all year without them, and certainly nothing but appreciation for their support of your local Wildcat sports broadcasts. Wildcat ball to begin the fourth quarter. Wise inbounds to Weber, who crosses the timeline. Clock will not stop, barring some very specific situations the rest of the way. Wise hands off to Lupkus, top of the key over to Dedeker, right wing. Now Weber has it left wing over to Wise, fakes the three-pointer, picks it up, top of the key to Weber. Smith sets a screen, Wise fakes a three. Short corner jumper on the way, that's no good. No, it is good from Dedeker, takes a nice roll and goes through the hoop. Dedeker's got 4 points. It's 62-21, Mac Valley on top of Central City. Bianca Ronabaum running the one for Mac Valley. The sophomore gives into the high post to Knipper. Goes down low to Ronabaum. Bianca fighting through contact, throws one up, a wild one, gets her own miss. And a foul is called on the inside. That'll be Central City's 4th. We'll see who they got for the infraction. And looks like they got Avery Wise on that one. Believe that is her 2nd. Some subs in for Mac Valley. So we do have 1 player, or 2 players actually, in for the first time. Believe that is Lanny Beeman, a 5'5 freshman in there. As the inbounds pass goes to Beeman, stops. Gives it over to Ronabaum for a three-pointer. That one's no good. Rebound is picked up by, I believe that is Madison Thompson, a 5'7 freshman. Her putback was no good, but she was fouled, and she will shoot one. Looks like they got, I believe that was Bailey Weber for the foul, her first. Team foul number 5. Both teams have 5 here in the second half. A couple of free throws due for Maquoketa Valley. First one is up, too strong, no good from Thompson. She has yet to make a free throw in limited action this season. A couple more subs. I believe we have Macy Nolan in the game alongside Taryn Burbridge. Both are freshmen. Burbridge 5'6", Nolan 5'7". Second free throw on the way. That one is good. And Thompson puts her name in the scoring column with her first point. Avery Wise bringing it up for Central City. 2-3 zone being run by Mac Valley. Kind of an extended 2-3. Inside, Smith will turn around, puts it up off the window and gets it to go down. Second basket of the game for Lucy Smith. It's 63-23 Mac Valley. Burbridge with the basketball, gives it over to Hager on the left wing. Three-pointer on the way from Beeman, just off the mark, too strong off the back iron. And Lucy Smith rebounds. Bailey Weber has it left wing. Dribbling up, skips it over right wing to Wise. Short corner, Lupkus driving in. Good take, but couldn't finish the layup. Gets her own rebound, but has it taken away and picked up by Nolan. Lainey Bieneman walking it up for Maquoketa Valley. 5:45 to play in the ball game. 63-23 Mac Valley. Thompson driving in, gets past one defender, dumps it down. But before that, we had a foul on the floor called on Central City. Team foul number 6 was called on Lucy Smith. That is her first. Sloan Smith and Savannah Cook back into the game for Central City. I'm going to be completely honest, I have absolutely no idea who that player is that just entered for Mac Valley. Try my best here with the number discrepancies, but that one just no idea. Beeman on the way for a triple. No good. Rebound tipped, and a foul is called on Mac Valley. Goes against, believe, Thompson of Mac Valley. Her first, team foul number 6. Both teams have 6. 4:55 and counting the play in the game. It's Mac Valley 63 and Central City 23 as Bailey Weber gives it over to Cook on the right wing. Inside to Sloan Smith, turns around, puts one up right away, no good. Rebound, fought for, still loose, picked up by Smith. Driving inside, dumped down to Cook. Her layup is blocked, but a foul as well. And she will shoot 2. Good take by Savannah Cook, earns her way to the free throw line. Team foul number 7 on Maquoketa Valley. Again, both teams are either over the limit or one foul away from being over the limit. So both teams will shoot the rest of the way as the first free throw is up and down for Savannah Cook. New entrant for Central City as Melanie Stoker is into the ball game for the first time. Second free throw for Cook is good. She has 7 points on the game. For Stoker, her 6th game of the year, has yet to score, averaging nearly a rebound per contest. Pass is tipped by Lupkus, stolen by Smith. Trying to find a point guard, instead just brings it up herself. Gives it over to Wise, now into the corner to Cook. Picks it up, dump down to Smith, turns, puts it up. That is good, nice friendly roll for Sloan Smith, who's having a nice game for herself. That's 9 points for the freshman. 63-27 is our score, nearly halfway through our 4th quarter. Thompson has it at the free throw line, dumped down to Nolan. Working inside, good move, uses the offhand, but gets an unlucky roll. And it's rebounded by Smith. Avery Wise with the ball for Central City. She's running the one here in this JV group, if you will. There isn't a JV team, of course, in this team, just not enough players. She tried to find Melanie Stoker, but she didn't handle the pass properly, and it's a turnover. Goes back to Mac Valley. It's back into the game from Maquoketa Valley is Lonnie Beeman, replacing Taryn Burbridge, and Beeman will bring it up the floor for the Wildcats. 3:28 to play in the game. 63-27 Maquoketa Valley. Hager has it, now top of the key to Nolan, just beyond the three-point line, Thompson at the free throw line. Three-pointer on the way, and that is no good. Rebound is fought for. About 4 different players have at least a finger on it. Results in a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring Maquoketa Valley. 3 minutes to go in the game. Baseline out of bounds for Mac Valley, and Beeman will throw it in. Does so inside to Nolan. Her layup's no good, but she's fouled. And Macy Nolan will shoot a couple of free throws. She's 1 of 2 from the line on the year, only place she's scored, and she will shoot 2 here. Both teams have 7 fouls and are over the limit. First free throw on the way. That is no good. She will get one more as into the ball game for Central City. Maya Lupkus, the sophomore, makes her first appearance of the night. Just her 2nd game played of this season. Second free throw on the way. That is no good, and Macy Lupkus tracks down the rebound. Lupkus will bring it up the floor, crossing the timeline. 2:45 to play in the game. Goes left wing to Wise. Inside to Smith. Sloan turns around, puts one up. Good look, but couldn't get it to go. Rebound is loose. Anybody's ball. Ends up being Beeman picking it up. She'll run. It's a 2-on-1 down there for Mac Valley, but great job defensively by Avery Wise, sticking with it, poking the ball loose. Results in a out-of-bounds play for Mac Valley instead of a wide-open layup. With Burbridge throwing it in. Does so to Hager in the left corner. Now goes back to the corner of the Burbridge. She'll take a triple, but the long arms of Macy Lupkus disrupt that shot. It's no good. Misses everything. And a foul goes against Maquoketa Valley on the rebound. That is their 8th. So that will be a 1-and-1 upcoming for Central City. Not sure who it was that was fouled, but whoever it was, they will be able to shoot the 1-and-1. Looks like it was Sloan Smith, so she will go to the line. Smith with a team best 9 points on the night. Chance to get into double figures at the free throw line. We've got a stoppage as the official comes over to the Mac Valley bench. The official has a conversation with the Maquoketa Valley coach. I think we're going to play on. Clock is stopped after the foul that results in free throws. 2:02 to play in the game. It's Maquoketa Valley 63, Central City 27, as Sloan Smith will shoot a 1-and-1 for Central City. First free throw from Smith on the way. That one is no good. Rattles out. Melanie Stoker tracks down the offensive rebound, however. A kicked ball violation called on Maquoketa Valley. So good hustle by Stoker. The sophomore tracks it down and keeps the possession alive. It'll be Wildcat basketball for this baseline out of bounds. Sloan Smith will throw it in. Trying to find somewhere. Gets it into Stoker, who can't save it. Results in another turnover. And it goes back to Mac Valley. 90 seconds to play in the ball game. Macy Nolan back in for Mac Valley. She replaces Madison Thompson. Taryn Burbridge bringing it up for Maquoketa Valley. Gives it over to Beeman. Now high post to Nolan. Little handoff to Beeman. Driving inside. Lays one up. Too strong off the glass. No good. Sloan Smith with the rebound. Wise into the front court for Central City. Goes short corner to Lupkus. Now goes inside. Poked loose, but a foul from behind is called. And that will result in a 1-and-1 once again for Sloan Smith. Team foul number 8 on Maquoketa Valley. As Smith will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Smith, a 60% free throw shooter on the year. Free throw on the way from Smith. That one is no good, and it's rebounded by Maquoketa Valley. Picked up by Thompson. Gives it over to Burbridge. Less than a minute to go in the game. Three-pointer on the way from Beeman. That's a little too short, but gets her own rebound. Goes back up. Her putback is good. Lanny Beeman from the scorer's column. That's her first bucket of the ball game. Avery Wise waiting for some help. Inbounds it to Smith, nearly at half court, and Smith gives it right back to Wise. 30 on the shot clock, 38 in the game clock. Here in the fourth quarter of this blowout ball game in favor of Maquoketa Valley. Stoker having some trouble with it, nearly turns it over. We have a foul called. And that will result in free throws for Melanie Stoker, looking to get her first bucket of the season. And it will be 2 free throws. That was team foul number 10. And after some discussion, it was actually Sloan Smith that was fouled. So Smith with an opportunity to go back to the free throw line. Been there quite a few times these last several minutes. She missed front end of the 1-on-1 both occasions. Smith with the free throw. That is perfect. And she's got a double-figure ball game with 10 points. Really nice performance by Central City's Sloan Smith. I think that's the way it's going to be for Central City this year. Going to have players that have standout performances on any given night as a bunch of freshmen looking to learn their place here at the varsity level as Smith misses the second. But unfortunately, a lot of nights against tough teams especially, the Wildcats just might not have enough experience to be competitive and pull out a W. But certainly the building blocks are in place. Central City team that is built for the future, but might result in some lumps right now, kind of like we saw from our boys the last several years. Maquoketa Valley will hold it out for these final few seconds. Final second rolls off the clock, and that will do it. Our final score in this girls matchup, Maquoketa Valley 65 and Central City 28. Mac Valley improves to 500 at 6-6 on the year. They are 4-4 in Tri-Rivers Conference play. Again, 65-28 is our final. We'll go over the final scoring numbers for Central City in just a moment. Here's the final breakdown for the Wildcats scoring. Leading scorer was Sloan Smith. She had 10. Savannah Cook added 7. Lucy Smith had 4. Macy Lupkus had 2 points. Lexi Dedeker also added 4 points. And Bailey Weber had 1 point for Central City. So with the win, Maquoketa Valley is 6-6 on the year, 4-4 in the Tri-Rivers West. With the loss, Central City falls to 2-9. They are 1-6 in the west side of the Tri-Rivers Conference. So that will do it for coverage of this boys game. I will quickly pause and take a break, and then once I come back in about 5 minutes, I'll have pregame coverage for this big Maquoketa Valley versus Central City varsity boys contest. So don't go anywhere, folks. In about 5 minutes, I'll have pregame coverage for the boys right here on this same link on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. Welcome back to Wildcat Basketball here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. David Warrington here with you tonight from Delhi as Central City and Maquoketa Valley are meeting up in the Battle of the Wildcats, if you will. It was Maquoketa Valley getting the better of Central City in the opener of tonight's doubleheader in the girls' game, 65-28 the final there. And we are now getting set for what should be a very fun, competitive boys' game that will have a lot to do with how the conference standings turn out in the end of things. So before we get anything else started, certainly have to take a look at both teams. First up, your Central City Wildcats come in 6-4. They are 4-2 in the Tri-Rivers West. They have yet to lose a game to a 1A program, or I guess I will take that back. Northland is now again down to a 1A. They were a 2A for a while, but certainly not your average 1A. And then Alburnett, a 2A, and they've lost to a couple of 3As as well. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is John McGovern. Central City's first-year head coach is Ryan Turner. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Turner, record of 6 wins and 4 losses. Some players to watch for the Wildcats include their sophomore point guard Matthew Klosterman. Matthew, the leading scorer at 14.3 points per night, second leading rebounder at 6.1. Leads the way in assists with 3.7 and steals at 2.1 per ball game. Makai Benton is also a big-time player for the Wildcats. The junior is the second leading scorer, averages 13.5 points per night. Also pulls in 6.3 rebounds per contest, which is best in the team. And Aiden Klosterman, also got to watch out for him for Central City. Third leading scorer at 10.9 points per game for the junior, and the second leading assist man with 2 per game. And now taking a look at Maquoketa Valley, they are 5-3 on the season. They're 4-2 in the Tri-Rivers West. They lost their last game before break at Northland on the 20th, 72-43. Assistant coach for the Wildcats is Daniel Casa. Maquoketa Valley's head coach in his 7th season is Eric Connor. During his time with the Wildcats, Coach Connor with a record of 60 wins and 83 losses. Also forgot to mention Central City did win their last game before break against East Buchanan, 61-47. Players to watch for Maquoketa Valley. Touched on a couple of these guys during my halftime interview with David Munyakazi during the girls' game. Avery Holtz will be the main guy for Mac Valley. The senior is averaging a team-best 20 points per game. Very impressive numbers from him. Also leads the way with assists at 3.9 and steals at 3.8. Also got to watch out for Lance McShane. The junior is an outstanding football player, one of the best running backs in Class A, but also a force in the basketball floor. Second leading scorer at 11.5 points a game. Leads the way with nearly 7 rebounds a contest. And is second in steals at 2.5 per game. And also got to watch out for Cody Hager, the 6'6 junior, third leading scorer at 8 points per night, and second leading rebounder with 4.5 per contest. Looking at the series history, since 2006, Maquoketa Valley leads 18 games to 10, and they have won 4 of the last 5. But Central City won it last time. As they split the season series last year, both teams won on their home floor at Maquoketa Valley back on December 21st. Last time the Wildcats were here in Delhi, it was a 65-37 Mac Valley win. So very much a blowout here in Delhi, but in Central City, the Wildcats won that game by a final of 51-45. So getting set for a good one here in a little under 6.5 minutes. Do want to give you an updated look at the conference standings here in the Tri-Rivers West. There is just one remaining unbeaten. Northland is 6-0. Alburnett is 5-1. Their one loss came to Northland. And I mentioned big-time matchup in terms of conference standing. Well, here's why. Maquoketa Valley and Central City are both 4-2, tied for third place in the Tri-Rivers West. So the winner will move all alone into third place in the conference. East Buchanan is 3-3 on the season in conference play. Springville and Edgewood Colesburg are both 1-5, and Starmont is 0-6. And looking at the matchups around the conference here tonight, Starmont is at Northland, so that'll be a major blowout. Northland will go to 7-0, and Starmont will fall to 0-7. That won't change anything. I can pretty much guarantee it. Alburnett is at East Buchanan. Should be an Alburnett win, and if that were to be the case, they would improve to 6-1. East Buck would fall to 3-4. Then Springville at Edco, pair of 1-5 teams. So one of them will go to 2-5. The other will fall to 1-6. So barring a major upset, this game will be for sole possession of third place. About 5 minutes to go until we tip this one off. Little reminder of what's going on around the conference the rest of this week. On Thursday in non-conference action, Alburnett is at Dyersville Beckman. That's a team Northland already beat this year. Over in Springville, the Orioles are hosting Cedar Valley Christian, and Iowa City Regina is playing host to Lisbon. And then on Friday, it is time for some East versus West basketball. Prince of Peace is at Albernet, North Cedar at East Buchanan, Lisbon at Maquoketa Valley, Calamus Wheatland at North Lynn, Midland at Starmont, Springville at Marquette Catholic, and Easton Valley at Central City. That ball game will air right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page and on the NFHS network. I will not have the call. I'll be in Cedar Falls for Murray State and UNI women's basketball, but I believe Cindy McCarthy does plan on broadcasting that game. Certainly you can tune in for the coverage of that one. Central City just now making their way back onto the floor. Don't anticipate anything major altering the starting lineup, but I'm going to take a look. We do have one new player in the starting five here tonight. I'll have to keep you on the edge of your seat just a little bit, because I'll tell you that information in just a moment. With that said, here are the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for Maquoketa Valley. These are projected starters, don't have official starters, but here's what it looks like. First of all, at a guard, Toby Grimm, a 5'10 junior, 3.5 points per night, adding in 4 rebounds and nearly 3.5 assists. Also from Maquoketa Valley will be their star player, Avery Holtz, the 5'10 senior, averaging 20 points a game. That is, of course, the best on the team. Adds in 2 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, and nearly 4 steals. Leads the team in assists and steals as well. Also in the starting five is Trayton Cook, a 6'2 sophomore. Just over 6 points a game for him, nearly 4 rebounds and 3.5 assists. Also in the starting five, Lance McShane, a 6'2 junior, 11.5 points a game, nearly 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2.5 steals, and half a block. And Cody Hager rounds out the starting five, the 6'6 junior, averaging 8 points a contest, 4.5 rebounds, half an assist, and 1 steal. For Central City, there is something of an oddity in the starting lineup. Not really compared with who is in the lineup, but who is not. I'll tell you what I mean in a moment. The point guard is Matthew Klosterman, the 5'10 sophomore, averaging a team best 14.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, nearly 4 assists, and 2 steals. Starting for just the second time this season is Lucas Greif, the 5'8 senior, averages 2 points per contest, 1.5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Aiden Klosterman will start at the guard, the 5'10 junior, averaging nearly 11 points per game, nearly 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Best three-point shooter in terms of percentage, 39.3%. At a forward is also Jaden Hansen, the 5'11 junior, averaging 1 point per contest, 2.5 rebounds, and half a steal. And rounding out the starting five is the man in the middle. That is Marcus Shellhorn, the 6'4 senior, averaging 3.8 points per night, 5 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and half a block. Makai Benton does not appear to be in the starting lineup because the Wildcats always come out with their 5 starters not having a shooting shirt on, and Makai still has his on, so certainly something interesting to keep your eye on. Makai Benton does not appear to be in the starting 5 tonight. Benton, the second leading scorer, 13.5 points a night, leading rebounder, 6.5 per contest, but like I said, he does not have his shooting shirt off. It is still on. Jersey is not being shown off, and was not participating with the first team during the 5-on-5 drills just a moment ago. So I don't have any further information on that. It's just interesting to see Makai Benton apparently not in the starting 5 here tonight. I'm not going to speculate why, but that's certainly something to follow the rest of the contest, see if he plays his normal minutes or if he does not get much playing time here tonight. About a minute away from meeting the starting lineups here from Delhi, and then we will be tipping it off for Wildcat on Wildcat action. Certainly looking forward to some fun basketball here from Maquoketa Valley. Central City, the guest tonight for Maquoketa Valley. That was a last-minute adjustment. The original plan was for Central City the host, but had some issues with heat in their gym over at Central City, so instead Maquoketa Valley is playing host tonight. I will say, certainly no issues with the heat in this gym. It is a scorcher here in this gym. Hope it doesn't affect the players too much, and hope they're staying hydrated. It does appear those starting 5 I mentioned, Grimm, Holtz, Cook, McShane, and Hager, are official for Mac Valley. They're the 5 with their shirts off, sitting on the bench, waiting to be introduced. It is official. Makai Benton not going to be starting for Central City. Again, I have no idea why. I have no insider information, but certainly a story to follow throughout this game. So again, I will follow along, and this time the numbers do seem to add up with what is on the website, so hopefully we can have a better broadcast than what I provided for the girls' game since the numbers seem to be accurate. Here are your starting lineups. For Central City, a 5'10 sophomore, number 1, Matthew Klosterman. For Mac Valley, a 5'10 junior, number 2, Toby Grimm. For Central City, a 5'8 senior, number 2, Lucas Greif. I'll tell you right now, either Grimm or Matthew Klosterman are not 5'10 because those kids are not the same height. For Mac Valley, a 5'10 senior, number 5, Avery Holtz. For Central City, a 5'10 junior, number 10, Aiden Klosterman. For Mac Valley, a 6'2 sophomore, number 15, Trayton Cook. For Central City, a 5'11 junior, number 13, Jaden Hansen. For Mac Valley, a 6'2 junior, number 32, Lance McShane. And for Central City, a 6'4 senior, number 34, Marcus Shellhorn. And for Mac Valley, a 6'6 junior, number 34, Cody Hager. Assistant coach for Central City is John McGovern. Wildcats head coach in his first season is Ryan Turner. Assistant coach for Maquoketa Valley is Daniel Cassett. Wildcats' 7th-year head coach is Eric Connor. So one more time, your starting fives. Grimm, Holtz, Cook, McShane, and Hager for Mac Valley. Klosterman, Greif, Klosterman, Hansen, and Shellhorn for Central City. Wildcats were supposed to be the home team tonight. They are wearing their home whites. Wildcats across the chest in black with black numerals, red and black trim. Maquoketa Valley wearing their road blacks with Wildcats across the chest in gray. Gray numerals with gold outline and gold trim down the sides. McShane and Shellhorn will jump center for their respective clubs. As we are set to go, Wildcats will work left to right, Mac Valley right to left. Big-time conference matchup underway here, and we are underway. First game of 2023 for both sides goes to Maquoketa Valley on the opening tip as they give it over to Cook in the left wing. Trying to go inside to Hager, but Shellhorn had other thoughts, pokes it out of bounds. We'll stay with Mac Valley, last touch by Shellhorn. Cook will inbound it, and now we've got a stoppage as Cook wasn't in the right spot. Cook, the sophomore, will inbound, does so to Toby Grimm. Has it left wing, now top of the key to McShane. Holtz posting up on Greif. Holtz a 20-point-per-game scorer, goes inside to the 6'6 Hager. Nice post move, spins around and puts it in. First basket of the game belongs to Mac Valley via Cody Hager as Marcus Shellhorn gives it over to Hansen. Nearly loses the basketball, gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. Saw plenty of full-court pressure for Mac Valley in the girls' game. Seems to be the same thing for the boys' game, at least for the first time. Matthew driving in, stops, gives it over to Lucas Greif, top of the key. Left wing to Matthew Klosterman. Driving inside, stops at the free throw line. Lucas Greif, wide open triple. That's no good, just a bit strong. Rebound, fought for, McShane picks it up, and they are going to get a foul on Central City on the rebound. That'll go on Jaden Hansen. That is his first, team foul number 1. Mac Valley basketball leading 2-0, 7:11 to go in the first. Toby Grimm running the point guard position for Mac Valley. They list him at 5'10". That's a bit of a stretch. Nonetheless, he has the basketball top of the key. Good shooter is Grimm. Going inside to Holtz. His layup's no good. Good contest from the Wildcats. Results in a jump ball. Aiden Klosterman, also Coach Turner, can't believe it. Nonetheless, it will go to Central City. Mac Valley won the opening tap. Mac Valley is running the full court pressure here. Jaden Hansen to inbound. Does so to Aiden Klosterman. Guarded by Cook. Has it in the backcourt. Taking his time. Shot clock is not correct. It's at 13 seconds. They just now reset it. Aiden's in trouble near half court. Has it tipped, but gets it to Matthew. Fakes the pass. Goes inside. Lays it up. Puts in the layup. We're tied at 2. Matthew Klosterman gets the scoring started for Central City. Hager has it in the left corner. Fakes the 3 over to McShane left wing. McShane over to Grimm. Now swings it over to Cook. Cook has it right wing. Picks it up. Going inside. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touched by McShane. It's the Mac Valley turnover. Goes to Central City. Tied at 2. 6:25 to go in the opening quarter. Hansen inbounds to Matthew Klosterman. Guarded by Holtz in the full court. Klosterman bringing it up. Sure-handed against this man press is the sophomore point guard. Matthew really takes care of the basketball well, especially for just being a sophomore. Driving inside, dump down to Shellhorn. He kicks it out. Lucas Greif, open left wing 3, leaves it short, misses everything, and it will go to Maquoketa Valley. Greif 0 for 2 on his first 2 threes, but he has to keep shooting those. Can't leave them open, and he is a quality 3-point shooter. Just hasn't been able to get these ones to go so far. Toby Grimm walking up from Maquoketa Valley, taking the call from Coach Connor on the sideline. Gives a high post to McShane, turns, faces up on Aiden Klosterman. Driving inside, spins, stops, puts it up off the glass, too strong. Rebound tipped by Hager, picked up by Lucas Greif. Good job by Lucas to secure the board. He will handle it and brings it into the front court. Greif has it right wing, driving inside. Nearly loses the basketball, gets it back, dump down to Shellhorn, spin over to Hansen. He'll take a triple from the corner, no good, but they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul, I believe it was on the shot. If that's the case, should be 3 free throws for Jaden Hansen. Instead, they're going to say it was on the floor. That is Maquoketa Valley's first foul. It went against Lance McShane. Makai Benton is not starting for the first time this year, is into the game with Braden Rickles, replacing Shellhorn and Hansen. Benton's second leading scorer on this team. He takes the inbounds pass from Matthew Klosterman. Has it top of the key. Nice dish inside, but Rickles couldn't handle it. Taken away by Hager. Wildcats will run. Holtz racing across half court. Has a top of the key. Good dribble drive inside. Lays it up. Wild shot, no good, and rebounded by Makai Benton. Aiden Klosterman running for Central City. Has it top of the key. Looking to slow down. Gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. Has it top of the key as well. Driving inside, splits a double team, stops, throws one up. Before the shot, they're going to call a traveling violation on Matthew. Goes back to Mac Valley. Nearly 3 minutes into the game, not much scoring yet. We're tied at 2 apiece. Toby Grimm across the timeline from Maquoketa Valley. Guarded by Matthew Klosterman, top of the key. Dribbling left, gives it over to McShane, left wing. Gives it back to Cook. Now dumped down to McShane, miscommunication inside. And a silly foul by Makai Benton as McShane had a wide open layup, and he's going to get one more chance for a point at the free throw line as they call Makai Benton for his first foul. Team foul number 2. It is 4-2 Mac Valley with Lance McShane going to the line to shoot a free throw. McShane has not missed a free throw yet this year. It is a good free throw shooting Maquoketa Valley team, 72.4% as a team. First free throw on the way for McShane. He misses that one, and it's rebounded by Braden Rickles. Matthew Klosterman bringing it up the floor for Central City, crossing the timeline, guarded by Avery Holtz. Picks up his dribble. Now he's in some trouble. Gets it over to Aiden Klosterman, right corner. Aiden driving inside, stops in the paint. Shot fake, goes up with it, no good. Rebound by Lance McShane. Toby Grimm, point guard for this Mac Valley team, has it right wing. Driving inside. Foul called on Matthew Klosterman on the floor before the shot. Central City's third. Matthew Klosterman's first. To have a sub for each team. Marcus Shellhorn re-entering the game for Central City. He replaces Lucas Greif. And Brady Wall, a 5'10 freshman, making his first appearance of the night, replacing Trayton Cook. Wall nearly 8 points per game on the year. Holtz will take a corner 3. That is no good, too strong. Braden Rickles skies up for the rebound. Nearly a turnover. Aiden Klosterman gets it back. And they're going to get a foul on Maquoketa Valley. They're going to call that one on Avery Holtz. His first, team foul number 2. After the foul, it's Wildcat basketball as Braden Rickles inbounds to Matthew Klosterman. Matthew crosses into the front court, uses the screen from Shellhorn, switched on to Hager. Full speed on size matchup. Shellhorn puts it up inside, gets it to go. Marcus Shellhorn found himself wide open inside and makes good on the assist for Matthew Klosterman. We're knotted up at 4 halfway through the first quarter. Toby Grimm swings it over to Wall on the right wing. Wall driving inside, a little step back, but instead gives it over to McShane, short corner on the right side. McShane picks up his dribble, gives it to Hager in the corner. Right wing, now inside to McShane. He goes up, his shot is no good. Great box out by Rickles. Instead, Shellhorn gets the rebound, but he doesn't do so without a great box out from Rickles. And Makai Benton running the one for Central City here. Bringing it up the floor, has it in the front court, Aiden Klosterman, open left wing 3. He gets it to go. Aiden Klosterman knocks down his first 3 of the ball game, and it's a 7-4 lead for Central City. Aiden's been shooting it very well as of late, nearly 40% on the year, and he's had several threes in all of his last several games. That three-pointer from Hager's no good, left it short, rebounded by Makai Benton. Matthew down to Aiden, same spot, no, he does not take the 3, instead drives in, stops, tries to find Matthew Klosterman. Matthew saves it just before the half-court line, now looking to go downhill. Kicks it over to Aiden Klosterman, fakes the triple. Now Makai Benton, left wing 3 for him. That is good on the bank. Makai Benton banks in the triple. His first basket of the game, And the Mac Valley Wildcats need a timeout. 30-second timeout called by Coach Connor, who is not happy at the moment. 2:47 to go in the opening quarter. It is Central City 10, Maquoketa Valley 4. Well-balanced scoring for Central City so far. Aiden Klosterman and Makai Benton have both hit triples. Matthew Klosterman and Marcus Shellhorn both have 2. For Mac Valley, Lance McShane and Cody Hager with 2 points apiece. This is Coach Connor telling his guys show up ready to play. They find themselves down 6 here, 2:47 to go in the opening quarter. Little 8-0 run here early on in the ball game for Central City. We're down 4-2, now up 10-4. Mac Valley basketball out of the timeout. Avery Holtz will inbound to Toby Grimm. Now the official makes his way to the scorer's table. Not exactly sure why. I think they were confirming the shot clock should be reset. They confirmed that was true, so it is a 35-second shot clock as Marcus Shellhorn is down there to provide a little bit of pressure for Avery Holtz inbounding the ball. He does so to Toby Grimm. And Marcus Shellhorn maybe all out denying Avery Holtz here. As Toby Grimm drives in, no call on the collision. Aiden Klosterman saves it behind the back to Matthew Klosterman. Matthew spins inside. We got a call on the inside. Offensive foul called on Matthew Klosterman. And that's big because it's his second. Matthew's second, team foul number 4. And Lucas Greif is going to have to go get him. Coach Turner not upset with him. Just talking to his sophomore point guard. We might not see too much of Matthew the rest of this first half, especially this first quarter. It's 10-4, Central City, 2:25 to go in the opening quarter. Toby Grimm with the basketball from Maquoketa Valley. Pair of 4-2 teams in the Tri-Rivers West. Looking to move into third place. McShane driving inside, kicks it out. Holtz has it left corner. Shellhorn gets beat baseline. Dump down to Hager is tipped in the air and taken away by Shellhorn. He gives it to Benton. Benton will bring it up for Central City. Crossing into the front court, guarded by McShane. Has it top of the key, driving inside. Puts it up, some contact inside, results in a foul. That is Mac Valley's third. We'll see who they got for it. Believe it was Brady Wall. And Makai Benton will shoot 2. Correction, Lance McShane, and that's big because that's his second. Some early foul trouble for both teams. Benton, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. He makes the first. And Brady Wall is now back into the game. Wouldn't make sense if he got called for that foul sitting at the scorer's table. McShane goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Benton will shoot 1 more. Was perfect on the first. Gets that one to roll home as well. He's got 5 to lead all scorers. It's 12-4, Central City. A little under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Toby Grimm trying to drive on Lucas Greif, but he's not given much leeway there. Great defense from Greif. Hager has it top of the key, guarded by Benton. Over to Wall. Wall uses the screen, stops, a switch. Now Hager's got the much smaller Aiden Klosterman on him. Rickles falls to the ground, and the jumper is good from Trayton Cook, his first basket of the game. It's 12-6, turnover, goes to Brady Wall, and they are going to call a foul on that, it looks like, and it's going to be 2 shots. Silly turnover there as Brady Wall will shoot 2 for Mac Valley. Foul goes against Aiden Klosterman. That is his first, team foul number 5. Wall is a 77% free throw shooter on the year. First one is up. It is perfect. Wall's into the scorer's column. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. 12-7 Central City. As Wall's second free throw is good as well. He's got 2. It's 12-8. Inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden gives it in the front court to Benton. Has it the Maquoketa Valley logo at midcourt. Benton has it on the right wing, driving inside, gets in the paint, stops, puts up a jumper, gets it to go off the bank. That backboard has been friendly to Makai Benton so far tonight. He's got 7, and both of his jumpers have been via the bank. Grimm driving inside on Greif, gets it out to Wall. He's got a corner 3, nearly touches the ceiling. So much arc on that shot, but it's no good. Benton turns it over nearly, but instead a foul is called, and if that's on Avery Holtz, it's his second. It is. Maquoketa Valley's top 2 players both have 2 fouls. That is team foul number 4, and it looks like they're going to let Holtz play through it here. Central City's top scorer, Maquoketa Valley's top 2 scorers, all have 2 fouls here with a minute to go in the first quarter. Aiden Klosterman with the basketball. Gives it over to Lucas Greif, left wing. Trying to drive inside, picks it up, will go up. Took some contact, but can't get the shot to go, and it's rebounded by Cook. Cook bringing it up, gets it into the corner to Hager. He will take an open three. Benton was all over him, right up in his face. Nonetheless, Cody Hager knocks down the triple. He's got 5. Inbounds pass goes to Marcus Shellhorn, 14-11 Central City. Shot clock is off, 28 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Greif has it in the right corner, driving inside. Stops on the inside, spins through, gets it out to Shellhorn. Aiden Klosterman, top of the key. He will reset. Wildcats can hold for one. In my opinion, they should. Makai Benton has it left wing. Skips it over to Aiden Klosterman, right wing. 10 seconds now. High post to Shellhorn. Over to Lucas Greif on the left wing. He's going to drive inside, but they're going to get him for a foul beforehand. That'll be a turnover, and it goes back to Mac Valley. 5.5 seconds on the clock. They will inbound from in front of their home fans. Inbounds pass goes to Grimm. He gives it over to Holtz. He's going to have a shot for a triple at the buzzer. He misses it. It's rebounded by Benton, and that will do it for the opening quarter of basketball here from Delhi. Certainly a fun back-and-forth 8 minutes of play. All told, our score, Central City 14, Maquoketa Valley 11, and Matthew Klosterman is going to check into the game. He will start the second quarter for Central City. For Central City, it is Makai Benton leading the way with 7 of their 14. Aiden Klosterman has 3. Marcus Shellhorn and Matthew Klosterman both have 2. For Mac Valley, Cody Hager has 5. Brady Wall, Trayton Cook, and Lance McShane all have 2. Avery Holtz, the 20-point-per-game scorer, did not score in the opening quarter, and he does have those 2 fouls. So does Lance McShane. For Central City, Matthew Klosterman has 2. Aiden Klosterman, Makai Benton, and Jaden Hansen all have 1. Believe it will be Maquoketa Valley basketball to begin the second quarter. Mac Valley trailing Central City 14-11. It's the Klostermans with Benton, Shellhorn, and Rickles out there for Central City. Mac Valley has Wall, Holtz, alongside McShane, Cook, and the inbounds pass who goes to the 5th player, Toby Grimm. Grimm has it on the right wing. Driving inside, but he's going to be out of bounds along the end line. Trying to tiptoe the baseline, did not do so successfully. It's a turnover, and Central City gets the stop. They will get the basketball. Braden Rickles will inbound it. Maquoketa Valley has taken off their pressure, at least for the moment. Kind of running some half-court pressure in a bit of a 1-3-1 here. Matthew Klosterman into the front court, guarded by Trayton Cook at the top of the 1-3-1. Gets it over to Shellhorn inside, over to Rickles. He'll take a corner three-pointer. No good, but Benton gets the offensive board. Benton stops over to Shellhorn at the free throw line. Matthew Klosterman has it left wing. Gives the top of the key to Aiden Klosterman. 25 on the shot clock. Benton takes a right wing 3. That is good with the contact. Makai Benton was fouled. They didn't call it. He knocks down the triple anyways. He's got 10. Holtz trying to go inside, gets past the defender. Now Grimm fakes a 3 over to Cook. And he's going to be called for a travel as Trayton Cook dragged the pivot foot for Mac Valley. Goes back to Central City. It's 17-11. Central City on top of Maquoketa Valley. 7:06 to go until the half. Matthew Klosterman bringing it up for Central City. Cross the timeline. Guarded by Trayton Cook in this 1-3-1. Corner to Aiden Klosterman. Inside to Benton. He gets the basket to go. Makai Benton has a dozen. Fast start. Remember, he came off the bench here tonight, and he's playing extremely well. Wildcats were looking, or at Mac Valley that is, we're looking for a charge, and now they're going to get a foul on Lance McShane. That is his 3rd. Lance McShane of the Mac Valley Wildcats just picked up his 3rd, team foul number 5. Cody Hager's going to have to come get him. And Mac Valley's arguably 2nd-best player is going to be sitting for a while as he's got 3 fouls here in the first half. Lucas Greif is also into the contest for Central City, and he will replace Matthew Klosterman. Aiden Klosterman will come down to help out against this full-court pressure. It's 19-11, Central City over Mac Valley. Inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman, crossing into the front court quickly. Driving inside, kicks it out to Shellhorn, short corner. Lucas Greif driving inside. Dumps it down, Shellhorn in the corner now. Gets it over top of the key to Benton. Stops, puts up a free throw line jumper. That is good off the glass. He's got 3 bank shots, and he's got 14 points. Mackay Benton is outscoring Mac Valley by himself. It's 21-11. Hager, little short corner jumper. That takes a friendly kiss off the glass, and Hager has 7 to lead the Wildcats. Aiden Klosterman gives it over to Braden Rickles into the front court. Gives it over to Lucas Greif, going baseline. Good take from Greif, lays it up. That is good. Great finish on the inside by Greif. His first bucket of the contest. It's 23-13, Central City. 6 minutes to go until the break. Wall will put up a three-pointer. Unbelievable arc on his shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Hager. His putback is no good. And Marcus Shellhorn rebounds. Aiden Klosterman has it. Gives it over to Shellhorn, now over to Benton, who will take it up the floor. Benton has it top of the key. Benton going inside. Stops at the free throw line. Takes another jumper. That one's no good, and it's rebounded by Hager. Grimm into the front court for Mac Valley. Gives it over to Wall. His little runner is going to be no good. Just grazes the rim. And it's rebounded by Marcus Shellhorn, looking for a guard. And instead, he's just going to chuck it across half court to Lucas Greif. Has it right wing. Greif now has the top of the key. 5:15 to go until the half. Greif hands off to Aiden Klosterman. They got a foul. Believe they got Brady Wall for the foul. That'll be his first, and team foul number 6. Matthew Klosterman is back into the contest for Central City. He will give Mackay Benton a breather. 5:13 to go in the first half. 23-13, Central City over Maquoketa Valley. Baseline out of bounds for Central City as Matthew Klosterman will throw it in. Aiden is bumped on the screen, so instead they go to Lucas Greif, top of the key. Greif calling out a play. Gives it over to Marcus Shellhorn, right wing. Shellhorn trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Matthew Klosterman. Has it top of the key. Fakes the give to Aiden Klosterman. Now over to Greif on the left wing. And we've got a timeout called by Coach Turner. Wildcat head coach Ryan Turner will use a 30-second timeout. First timeout called by Central City here on the night. 4:53 to go in the second quarter. It is Central City 23, Maquoketa Valley 13. Got to give a quick shout out here to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a proud supporter of Central City Wildcat sports. At Heartland Bank, we recognize more than ever the need to support local customers and organizations in our communities. As your community bank, we're here for you. Out of the timeout, Mac Valley has Cook alongside Wall, Grimm, Holtz, and Hager on the floor. Wildcats with the Klostermans, Shellhorn, Greif, and Rickles. Wildcat basketball at Central City as Braden Rickles will inbound it in front of the Mac Valley fans. And he will get it in to Matthew Klosterman. Uses a screen from Shellhorn. Loses his dribble, picks it back up, however. Dumps it down to Shellhorn. Has a move where he gets the man in the air but can't finish despite the nice move. And it goes back to Mac Valley. Toby Grimm, top of the key, dribbling right. Fakes the handoff, has it in the corner. Over top of the key to Cook. Goes inside to Hager. He will go up with the shot. It is good, and the foul. Cody Hager has 9 of 15. Chance to make it 10, and Marcus Shellhorn was just called for his first foul. His team foul number 6. Both teams have 6. We will shoot the rest of the half as Mackay Benton is into the game. He will replace Marcus Shellhorn. So Cody Hager's been the one saving grace for Mac Valley so far. He's got 9. Chance to make it 10. The reason they're still in the ball game, quite frankly. Free throw is on the way and perfect from Cody Hager. He does have 10. Do have a sub here as Anderson Holtz, a 5'7" freshman, is into the game for the first time. Replaces another freshman. Brady Wall goes to the bench. Got to imagine that Avery and Anderson Holtz are related. Probably brothers, if not cousins. Inbounds pass goes to Greif. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. 23-16 Central City. Greif has it right wing, dribbling to his left off a Benton screen. Driving inside, kicks it out to Rickles. Fakes the 3, left wing to Benton. Gives it over to Greif. Driving, baseline. Little floater inside, but too much on it. Misses everything, and it's rebounded by the Wildcats. Holtz into the front court. Puts one up on the inside. That is no good. Hager with the rebound. And they're going to get a foul called on the inside on Central City, and that is their 7th. So Mac Valley will be shooting free throws. It's going to go against Aiden Klosterman. That is his 2nd. Jaden Hanson into the game for Central City. He replaces Aiden Klosterman. And this will be a 1-and-1. The shooter is Cody Hager. He has 10 points out of 16. On the year, he shoots at 65% from the free throw line. First one on the way from Hager is perfect. He's got 11. Mac Valley back within 6 at 23-17. Hager will have one more shot at the line after making the front end of the 1-and-1. Second free throw on the way from Hager. That is good. Hager makes both. He's got 12. It's 23-18. Matthew Klosterman crossing into the front court for Central City. Has it left wing. He's double teamed. Dribbling, now going inside. Stops in the paint. Spins around. Kicks it inside to Benton. It's loose and taken away by Graham. He kicks it ahead to Holtz. Dumped down to Avery Holtz. His layup's no good. Hansen tips the rebound to Rickles, who gives it to Matthew Klosterman. Way down court pass to Benton, who is hit by Cook. They don't call anything. Benton's a little hobbly down the floor. And it's back to Mac Valley. Toby Grimm with the basketball. In no hurry at the moment. 3:20 to go in the second quarter. It's 23-18 Central City. Cook has it right wing. Now over to Grimm. Top of the key guarded by Greif. Left wing to Cook. 15 on the shot clock. Cook driving inside. Rickles playing the defense here. He will take a three-pointer. Spot up three is good. And we've got a 2-point game. Trayton Cook knocks down the three. He's got 5 points. Mac Valley is right back in this thing. They're on an 8-0 run. Matthew Klosterman has it right wing. Double team comes. Now gets it over to Hansen, top of the key. Hansen back to Greif. Greif has the top of the key. Handoff to Hansen. Dribbling to his left. Little handoff to Benton. Nearly lost it. He will take a free throw line jumper. No. Rebound Hager. Toby Grimm with the ball. Mac Valley was just a little while ago down 10. They have a chance to take the lead on this possession. Anderson Holtz left wing. Back to Grimm. Top of the key near half court beyond the volleyball line. High post to Cook. On the back cut to Holtz. Dump down to to Hager. Is off of Hager's leg. And it goes back to Central City. And Coach Connor is screaming at his senior leading scorer to just take the layup. Matthew Klosterman handling the man press by himself. Crosses the timeline. Has it right wing. Dribbling around. Dumps it down short corner to Benton. Driving inside. Great move. Gets a step and gets the layup. Makai Benton has 16 first half points, on pace for just a real breakout game. It's 25-21. Grimm over to Cook in the left wing. Top of the key, Grimm wide open for a triple. That one rattles out. Lucky miss for Central City, quite frankly. Hansen can't save the rebound, however, and it will stay with Mac Valley. Marcus Shellhorn back in for Central City, and Castor Abernathy is in for the first time. The 6'1 junior averaging 1.5 points per night. Aiden Klosterman also making his way onto the floor. Benton and Hansen will stay for Central City. Mac Valley ball in the baseline out of bounds. Holtz will inbound. Does so to Grimm in the corner. A give to Anderson Holtz right wing. Back to Avery Holtz in the right corner. Stops for a pull-up jumper. That is good. And finally, Avery Holtz gets his first bucket of the game. He's got 2 points. And it's 25-23 Central City. Inbounds pass goes to Aiden Klosterman. 90 seconds to go until the break. Aiden crosses into the front court. Aiden dribbling right. Dump down to Benton. He stops, falls away, puts it up. Great job by Benton. Saw the charge attempt and instead falls away. He's got 18 first half points. It's 27-23. Grimm going inside. Over to Hager. He will fake the triple. Has it left corner. Picks up his dribble. Over to Grimm left wing. Top of the key to Cook. Now Anderson Holtz gives it to Avery Holtz in the right corner. Holtz going inside. Stops, kicks it out. Cook for an open three from the top of the key. That is no good, and Marcus Shellhorn rebounds. A minute to go until the half. Shellhorn crosses the timeline for Central City. Gives it over to Abernathy in the left wing, dribbling right. Now handoff to Hansen. Over to Aiden Klosterman, fakes the triple. Picks up his dribble over to Benton right wing. Benton will take a three-pointer. That is good. Makai Benton knocks down the three. He's got 21 points before the break. Holtz nearly loses the basketball. Maybe a half-second difference in the shot and game clock here. Holtz has it right wing. Going inside. Stops. Pull-up jumper is good from the mid-range. Avery Holtz gets his second basket. He's got 4. Wildcats can hold for 1. Leading by 5 here with 15 seconds to go until the break. Abernathy has the basketball, top of the key, dribbling right. Now reverses course. Goes the other way. Give to Aiden Klosterman. He is fouled. And that would be free throws for Aiden. We'll see who they got the foul on. That's Mac Valley's 7th. Aiden Klosterman will shoot a 1-and-1. as that foul goes on Toby Grimm, his first, and Aiden will indeed shoot a 1-and-1. Aiden is an 81% free throw shooter on the season, one of the better free throw shooters on this team. This is a 1-and-1. It was the 7th team foul. First one is on the way, and that is too strong, no good. Grimm rebounds, chance for Maquoketa Valley to get the last shot. Grimm going inside, gets through, puts it up. That is no good. Rebounded by Shellhorn at the buzzer, but they might have fouled him. If the foul came before the buzzer, that would be free throw, so everybody stay put. Everybody get back out here. Marcus Shellhorn has a 1-and-1. Everybody started making their way to the locker room, but the foul on Marcus Shellhorn occurred before the horn, so he will shoot a 1-and-1 with nobody else down there. This will end the half. The foul was called on Brady Wall, his second. Team foul number 8. And Marcus Shellhorn, looks like a technical free throw. Nobody else in there because there is nothing left in the clock. He can't get the first one to go. Bounces off, and it was the front end of a 1-and-1. So Shellhorn can't make good on the free throws, but nonetheless, a fun, exciting first half of play here from Delhi, and Central City does have a slim lead over Maquoketa Valley. Our score, Wildcats 30 and Mac Valley 25. So let's take a look at the first half numbers here. First for Mac Valley, they were led by Cody Hager. He averages just better than 8 points a game. He had 12 in the first half. Great first half from Hager, the 6'6 junior. Trayton Cook added 5 points. Avery Holt, who averages 20 a game, only had 4. Both of them came late, just before the break. Brady Wall and Lance McShane both added 2 points. For Central City, it was the Makai Benton show in the first half. He was outstanding at 21 of their 30 first half points. He's on pace for an all-time game. Aiden Klostrom put in the triple. Matthew Klosterman and Marcus Shellhorn, as well as Lucas Greif, all added 2 points for Central City. There was without question some foul trouble to keep your eye on. For Mac Valley, their second leading scorer, Lance McShane, has 3. Brady Wall has 2, but more importantly, their leading scorer, the 20-point-per-game man, Avery Holtz, has 2 fouls. Toby Grimm also has 1 for Mac Valley. For Central City, Matthew Klosterman, Aiden Klosterman both have 2 fouls. Jaden Hansen, Makai Benson, and Marcus Shellhorn all have 1 foul. So the biggest foul trouble to keep your eye on is Lance McShane with 3 for Mac Valley. See if that has any bearing on how this ball game turns out in the second half. So we are at the halfway point of this contest. Again, our score, Central City 30 and Maquoketa Valley 25. Winner of this game will move into sole possession of third place in the standings of the Tri-Rivers West. Currently, both teams are 4-2. Alburnett is 5-1. Northland is 6-0. So like I said, the winner of this game will be all alone in third place in the Tri-Rivers West. Doing some half-court shooting here at the halftime break at Maquoketa Valley High School. For those that might not know the situation, this was supposed to be a game hosted by Central City, but unfortunately the heat in the gym went out. Got a text from Athletic Director Matt Myers about 2 o'clock this afternoon that the gym was about 55 degrees and on its way down. That's not exactly playable. You don't want to be shivering when you're sitting there on the bench waiting to go into the ball game, so instead it was decided that we would make the trip over to Delhi, and fortunately I was able to make the trip myself and call this game. As young lady here at Maquoketa Valley drains a half-court shot to a nice applaud from the crowd. Should be a big-time second half coming up here from Mac Valley High School. 30-25 again is our score. Central City by 5, led by as much as 10 in the first half. Mac Valley used a big run to cut into that lead, and Central City had to go on a little run of their own to get into a something worth noting comfortable lead before the break. About 6 minutes until we get this second half underway. And while we're waiting, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the other action going on around the Tri-Rivers Conference here tonight. At the moment, there are 3 other West Side games. Starmont is at North Lynn in what should be a laugher in favor of the Lynx. Alburnett is at East Buchanan, the game the Pirates should win comfortably. And Springville is at Edgewood Colesburg. I think Edco will win that one myself, but could be a competitive ball game. On the east side, Lisbon's at Midland, North Cedar is at Prince of Peace, and Easton Valley is at Marquette Catholic. In non-conference action, Wilton is at Calamus Wheatland as Central City's own Dashni Munyakazi just comes up short off front of the rim on a half-court shot. On Thursday, there are a few non-conference games going on, none involving Central City. But do remember, the girls on Thursday are in conference action, the makeup game against East Buck. That game will be broadcast here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel and on the NFHS Network. I'll have the calls, so certainly you can tune in at 5:30 and 5:20 if you want the pregame show for that. Back to the games going on tonight. Alburnett is at Dyersville-Beckman. Cedar Valley Christian is at Springville, and Lisbon is at Iowa City Regina. All of those games non-conference action as Dashni Munyakazi steps up and drains a half-court shot. And then on Friday, always fun, East versus West games going on. Central City is hosting Easton Valley. That probably should be a good game. Easton Valley isn't quite the team they have been as of late, but that's saying a lot. They're a very good team. State tournament appearance recently. So that should be a fun one in Central City on Friday. Other games going on. We've got Prince of Peace at Alburnett. North Cedar is at East Buchanan. Lisbon is at Maquoketa Valley. Calamus Wheatland is at North Lynn. Midland at Starmont. Easton Valley at Central City. And Springville at Marquette Catholic. Seems a little weird to me that Springville would be the only team to hit the road. Only West Side team, that is. Give me 1 second. I'm going to confirm if that is true or not. And that is true. So, yep, Springville will be the only West Side team to hit the road. They go to Bellevue to take on Marquette Catholic. All other West Side teams will host on Friday. This is the second time this year we've done East versus West matchups in the Tri-Rivers Conference. The girls won 6 games to 1. The West Side did over the East, but for the boys it was a split 3 games to 3. Central City are back onto the floor first to get some shots up before the second half. Again, Makai Benton just really played exceptionally well in that first half, had 21 points. My basic arithmetic skills tell me he's on pace for 42. And I don't know if he'll get there, but whatever he ends up getting to. What a first half. What a 16 minutes to remember for that young man. And remember, Benton did not start the contest. I have no idea why. He has started every game so far. Don't know if it's an internal issue within the program or just a coach's decision, whatever the issue is. Doesn't really matter too much. He's played starter minutes off the bench and has done so exceptionally well. Mac Valley back on the floor as well. Their standout player in the first 16 minutes was Cody Hager. The 6'6 junior had 12 points. And really, he's the one that kept them in the game when Central City looked like they could be getting this one to go out of hand. He kept them alive, and then some teammates of his helped try to push this one to a close game. Wildcats of Central City got it to a 5-point game before the break. But a minute 45 before we play second half basketball. But before we do so, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. At Heartland Bank, the strength of our bank lies in the relationships that give meaning to our work. At all times, we remain focused on what we do best, operating as a dependable community bank and delivering on our personal service commitment. Go Central City Wildcats. As always, big thank you to Heartland Bank. They are the ones that make all these Wildcat sports broadcasts possible. This football season, I called all 10 games. Cindy McCarthy had the call for some volleyball. And this winter, all sorts of basketball coverage. Could not be possible without Heartland Bank. So certainly want to give them a sincere thank you for all their great support. Again, 30-25 is our score at the halfway point. Central City is leading Maquoketa Valley by 5 points. Certainly anybody's game here in the second half. This one is up for grabs. This, I said before the broadcast, before we got the game tipped off, this was going to be a fun one. I talked to Coach Turner before the game. He certainly was excited for this one, knew it was going to be a big one. They've got a big one on Friday as well. He said he really wants to win at least one of these games, Tuesday and Friday, at Mac Valley and versus Easton Valley, but he did say ideally, of course, it'd be just outstanding to go get 2 wins, and halfway through this one, they are on pace to do just that, but certainly Maquoketa Valley will not go away, and we are 16 minutes away from deciding a winner in this one. So both teams are back over to their bench. They'll be on the floor momentarily, about 10 seconds on the clock. Wildcats take the floor first. They have the Klostermans with Rickles, Shellhorn, and Benton out there. For Mac Valley, it is the starters, Grimm, Holtz, Cook, McShane, and Hager. It is Wildcat basketball first. They'll work right to left. Mac Valley working left to right. Braden Rickles will throw it in for Central City. He does so to Matthew Klosterman, and the second half is underway. Full court press being applied by Holtz as Matthew Klosterman crosses into the front court, has it right wing. Klosterman looking over the floor, top of the key to Aiden Klosterman. Dumps it down inside to Rickles. Great find and good finish by Rickles. That's his first bucket of the contest. He's got 2. It's 32-25, Central City. McShane over to Holtz in the left corner. He will take a 3-pointer. That is no good, and Matthew Klosterman gets the rebound. Remember, Holtz playing with 2 fouls for Mac Valley. McShane with 3. For Central City, Matthew Klosterman has 2. Benton kicks it out to Shellhorn, right corner. And they're going to say Marcus Shellhorn took an extra step as he was trying to get rid of the basketball. So the traveling violation gives it back to Mac Valley. Toby Grimm bringing it up for Maquoketa Valley. 40 seconds gone here in the third quarter. It's a 7-point lead for Central City. Grimm driving inside, goes up and under, somehow gets it to go. Didn't use the backboard whatsoever, but his wild toss up into the air goes through the hoop. First bucket of the game for Grimm. It's 32-27, Central City. Matthew Klosterman has it right wing, driving inside, steps through, puts it up, and he's fouled. So Matthew Klosterman will shoot 2 at the free throw line for Central City. That is Mac Valley's first foul of the half, and it went against Cody Hager, his first. Matthew is a 79% free throw shooter on the year, and this is 2 shots for Matthew. He's got 2 points so far. Make it 3 as he drains the first, and he will now get 1 more. Wildcats shoot it decently well as a team, 67%. Mac Valley even better. They're 72% as a team from the free throw line. Second free throw on the way for Matthew Klosterman. Misses that one, goes 1 of 2. He's got 3. It's 33-27. McShane, a long 2-pointer from the left wing. Misses that one. It's rebounded by Aiden Klosterman, and he's bumped. Aiden's fouled. If that's on McShane, it is his 4th. Team foul number 2, and Lance McShane just picked up his 4th foul. So he will quickly come out of the game. He is replaced by Brady Wall, the 5'10 freshman averaging nearly 8 points a game, had 2 in the first half. Aiden Klosterman inbounds to Matthew Klosterman. And he will bring it up the floor, handling the man press by himself. Now crosses the timeline. He uses a screen from Shellhorn. Hager switches onto him. Shellhorn was open down low for a moment. Instead, he will take a corner 3. That is no good. Rickles fighting for the rebound, gets it, but they're going to call a foul. They say Rickles fouled him trying to get the rebound. I didn't see it, but they're going to get the foul on Rickles. That is Braden's first foul of the contest. Team foul number 1. Just looked like great hustle to me, but nonetheless, we play on. 33-27, Central City over Mac Valley. Avery Holtz now running the 1 for Mac Valley. He crosses the timeline, guarded by Rickles on the right wing. Screen coming. Rickles works through it. Holtz stops for a jumper, very tough jumper, and he gets it to rattle home. 6 points for Avery Holtz. It's 33-29. Matthew Klosterman into the front court. Now has it right wing. Gets it over to Benton. He's open for a triple from straight on. He leaves it short. Shellhorn with the rebound. His putback's no good. Up for grabs and picked up by Cody Hager. Trayton Cook running it for Mac Valley. Picks it up, gives it into Hager. Turns, puts one up in the paint, partially blocked, picked up by Matthew Klosterman looking to run. Matthew into the front court, over to Aiden Klosterman. Open 3 for Aiden. That is off the mark, but Marcus Shellhorn rebounds. Shellhorn tries to find Benton, but is taken away by Holtz, and he's going to run it for Mac Valley. Holtz stops at the free throw line. That's his favorite shot, but he can't get it to go. It's rebounded by Matthew Klosterman. Matthew up ahead to Aiden Klosterman. He will fake the three-pointer, goes short corner to Makai Benton instead. Top of the key to Matthew Klosterman. Matthew dribbling right. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Has it right wing. Now dribbling left, and they're going to get a 5-second closely guarded call. Coach Turner is not pleased. Probably the most upset I've seen him all game. As Central City turns it over, goes back to Mac Valley. They trail by 4. 5:10 to go in the third quarter. Toby Grimm walking it up for Mac Valley as Coach Connor calls out a set play from the sideline. Grimm has it, top of the key, over to Hager right wing. Hager top of the key to Wall. Wall dribbling inside, dump down to Grimm. He's open, gets the layup to go. Great feed by Wall. Grimm finishes. It's a 2-point game, 33-31 Central City. Matthew Klosterman walking it up for the Wildcats. He has it on the right wing, guarded by Holtz into the corner to Aiden Klosterman. Aiden picks up his dribble, gives it to Benton, but it's taken away by Cook. It's a one-on-one to the rim, and is nearly blocked by Benton, but instead Cook finishes the layup. He's got 7, and we are all tied up, 33 all. Coach Turner screaming forever to try to get a timeout. Finally does, a full timeout. 4:26 to play in the third quarter. We're right back where we started. Maquoketa Valley 33, Central City 33. So for Central City, Makai Benton leads the way with 21 points. Matthew Klosterman and Aiden Klosterman both have 3. Lucas Greif, Braden Rickles, and Marcus Shellhorn have 2 points. For Mac Valley, Cody Hager has 12. Avery Holtz has 6. Trayton Cook with 7. Toby Grimm has 4 points. And Brady Wall and Lance McShane both have 2. Wildcats have only mustered 3 points so far. It's an 8-3 run to begin the third quarter in favor of Maquoketa Valley. That's how we found ourselves knotted up at 33 apiece. Not quite halfway through the third quarter of play, 4:26 in the clock. Out of the timeout, Wildcats going to Klosterman's, Rickles, Shellhorn, and Benton. No subs for Central City. Mac Valley has Grimm, Wall, Cook, Holtz, and Hager. Central City basketball, Braden Rickles will inbound, and he's reminded by the official he does have the option to run the baseline if he so chooses. Rickles looking around, tries to get into Matthew Klosterman, does, but he can't save it, diving out of bounds. And it goes right back to Maquoketa Valley. Pressure works as intended that time for the Wildcats of Mac Valley. And Avery Holtz will throw it in from the baseline. Mac Valley with a chance to take the lead. Holtz looking around. Inbounds pass goes to Cook. Beautiful pass. Don't know how he saw that. Cook will step back for a jumper. No, but Hager rebounds. Back out to Cook right wing. New shot clock. He fakes the 3. Back out to Grimm, top of the key near the free throw or near the volleyball line. Cook gives it over to Grimm right wing. Swing left wing to Wall. Now Holtz will take a left wing triple. That one's no good, and it's rebounded by Makai Benton. Benton bringing it up for Central City. Nearly has it taken away, but gets it back. Swings it over to Matthew Klosterman. He'll take a three-pointer. No, and it's going to be rebounded by Rickles on the offensive board. And Rickles is fouled on the inside. Great rebound, great effort. As we'll see, the foul was on. It was on Cody Hager, his second. Team foul number 3. Inbounds pass goes to Makai Benton at the free throw line. Dump down to Shellhorn. He puts it up and gets it to go. Post to post, Benton to Shellhorn. Marcus has 4. Wildcats back on top, 35-33, 3:33 to go in the third quarter. Threes everywhere. Holtz uses the screen, trying to go inside, kicks it over to Grimm. He'll take a three-pointer from the right corner, misses everything, left it short, rebounded by Rickles, gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. Matthew will walk it up for Central City. Wildcats are the slimmest of margins, 35-33, 3:15 to go in the third. Over to Rickles in the left wing. Now top of the key to Aiden Klosterman, over to Matthew right wing. Fakes it, looking to go inside, now top of the key to Shellhorn. He will take a straight on 3. That rattles out, no good, and rebounded by Holtz. Holtz running in the full court. Kicks it out to Grimm, top of the key, driving inside, short corner, Hager fakes the jumper, and they're gonna get a traveling violation. Cody Hager called for the travel. It's a turnover back to Central City. 35-33 Central City, 2:54 to play in the third. Rickles will inbound it. Needs some help. It's tipped. Benton fighting for it. Ends up in the hands of Cook, but he steps on the end line. It goes to Central City, and Braden Rickles just telling his guys he needs some help in here trying to inbound the basketball. He can't do so when he's only got one teammate against two Mac Valley players. Now he gets the help he needed. Inbound is tipped. Aiden Klosterman picks it up, gets it up to Matthew Klosterman. Dump down past the Shellhorn, can't handle it, but it's going to be off of Mac Valley. It has to be, and they're going to say it last touched Central City. There's no way that touched Central City last. It went off Cook's leg. Coach Turner can't believe it, but that's the call. So it goes to Mac Valley, excuse me. Avery Holtz bringing it up for Maquoketa Valley. 35-33 Central City. 2:35 to play in the third. Grimm has it on the right wing for Mac Valley. Back to Holtz near the top of the key, guarded by Rickles. Hager comes and sets a screen. Rickles working through it. Shellhorn switches onto him. Good D from Shellhorn. Hager will take a straight-on three-pointer. Too strong, no. Rebound Shellhorn. Nearly a turnover, a silly one, but instead it's saved, and Matthew Klosterman will walk it up. Matthew has the top of the key, dribbling inside. Great move, going inside, kicks out to Shellhorn. Now over to Matthew Klosterman, just to the left of straight on, into the corner to Rickles. 2 minutes to play in the third. Inside to Benton. Benton going up, puts it up, it's no good. Wildcats wanted the foul, they didn't get it, and it's going to be last touched by Maquoketa Valley. And again, they can't believe it's not off Mac Valley, but it's going to be off Central City apparently, goes to Maquoketa Valley. Lucas Greif back into the game for Central City. He replaces Braden Rickles. Inbounds pass goes to Toby Grimm. He brings it up the floor for Maquoketa Valley. Minute 55 to play in the third. 35-33 Central City. Grimm has it top of the key. Driving inside is stopped. Now readjusts. Dump down pass to Wall. He's in trouble. Double teamed. Aiden Klosterman takes it away. The junior takes it from the freshman, and he's fouled on the floor trying to bring it up. That is Mac Valley's fifth. Didn't see who they got for it. It will be Cody Hager. That is his third. 4 for McShane, 3 for Hager. And Holtz with one of the biggest flops of 2023. And Cook comes running in. Holtz was grazed by Matthew Klosterman just a touch, and I mean, he looked like one of the soccer players you saw during the World Cup. My man looked like he was a WWE wrestler trying to take a bump. Nonetheless, it's Central City basketball. Aiden Klosterman to inbound. It's poked by Holtz out of play, so it's still Central City ball. Aiden Klosterman will inbound. We've got a timeout called by Coach Turner. "30-second timeout is called. One official is just yelling at Coach Turner for some reason. 1:39 to play in the third. It's 35-33 Central City. Coach Turner has 2 fulls remaining. Mac Valley has 3 fulls and a 30. So interesting start to the second half. Can't even call it a start anymore. There's only a minute 39 to play in the third. It's been a very low-scoring ball game. 35-33. Only 5 Central City points in the second half. 8 for Mac Valley. And it's a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. Central City has the Klostermans with Greif alongside Benton and Shellhorn. Mac Valley with Grimm, Holtz, Wall, Hager, and Cook. Aiden Klosterman will inbound. And now they're pointing at Holtz. I think he might have some blood. He would have to come out. And they are going to have to take him out as one Holtz gets the other. Anderson in for Avery. That's big for Mac Valley. Hope if you're them, you certainly hope you can get him back in there quickly. He is, without question, their best player. Aiden Klosterman inbounds to Makai Benton. Gets it over to Lucas Greif in the left wing. Uses the screen, dribbling right, driving inside, gets into the paint. Good take, but he's falling away and can't get the layup to go. Rebounded by Grimm. He's running over to Wall. Now Cook on the right wing, driving in, stops at the free throw line. Jumper on the way, that is good. And we got a tie ball game. 10 for Trayton Cook, and it's 35 all. Lucas Greif in some trouble, crossing into the front court, gives it to Matthew Klosterman. Matthew driving the lane, finds some space, puts it up. It is good, and the foul. Matthew Klosterman gets a big bucket, takes the contact. He will shoot one more. That is team foul number 2. Was looking at the wrong team. As Avery Holtz is back into the game. It was called on Anderson Holtz, his first, and now Anderson has exited the ball game. So Matthew will shoot one here. Minute 4 to go in the third quarter. Free throw from Matthew. Klosterman too strong off back iron. Rebounded by Grimm. 37-35 Central City. Minute to go in the third. Holtz has it. Guarded by Lucas Greif right near half court. Driving inside. Gets past Greif. Lays it up on the inside. No good. No foul. And it's rebounded by Greif over to Klosterman. Has it in the front court. Give to Shellhorn left wing. Matthew Klosterman driving inside. Tries to step back. Spins in the paint. Step through. Puts it up. It is no good. They called the travel. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely was not a travel. But it will go to Mac Valley. Grimm with the basketball for Maquoketa Valley. Clock just now starts. Grimm has it on the right wing. Give over to Holtz. Holtz uses the screen from Hager. Driving inside. Little fall-away jumper. No good. Rebounded by Shellhorn. Tries to give it to Benton, who wasn't looking. And it's taken back by Holtz. Silly turnover there by Central City. And now Mac Valley can hold for one. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. 37-35 is our score. Central City by 2. Toby Grimm driving in. Gets through the paint. Falls to the ground. It's picked up by Hager. Wall will put up a three-pointer. No good. Matthew Klosterman rebounds. 5 seconds and he's fouled. Matthew Klosterman is fouled. That is team foul number 4. And Matthew tries to convince the official he was fouled while chucking the half-court shot, but he was not. Foul is called on Brady Wall, his third. Team foul number 3. And the Wildcats have 2.9 to try to get up a shot before we reach the fourth quarter. Marcus Shellhorn will inbound in front of the Mac Valley bench. Looking to get it in. Chucks one down the floor to Benton. It's picked up by Cook. And somehow a foul was not called as Benton had his neck grabbed. But Mac Valley student section's in a fit because Benton kind of stepped over his guy. Interesting end of the third quarter, but that's how we end it. It's Central City 37 and Mac Valley 35. Anybody's game down the stretch of this one. Just a 2-point advantage for Central City. Knew this would be a tough one. Knew this was going to be a competitive ball game. The third and fourth best teams in the Tri-Rivers Conference in the West Side. There's no doubt about that in my mind. We got 8 more minutes to find out which is third and which is fourth. We should be in for a fun finish to this game. Makai Benton, 21 points to lead the way for Central City, but he did not score in that third quarter. Only 7 points scored by the Wildcats in that quarter, but fortunately for them, they only allowed 10. They're still right there with the lead, up by 2. For Mac Valley, they're led by Cody Hager with 12. He also did not score in the third quarter. Trayton Cook has 10. Avery Holtz has 6. Wildcats on the floor first. It's the Klostermans with Greif, Shellhorn, and Benton. For Mac Valley, it's Holtz with McShane. Remember, he's got 4 fouls alongside Hager, Grimm, and Cook. Mac Valley ball first. Avery Holtz will inbound. Does so to Toby Grimm, and the fourth quarter is underway here from Maquoketa Valley High School. Grimm has it top of the key. Over to Cook on the right wing, guarded by Aiden Klosterman. Benton reads it perfectly, takes it away, trying to run it himself. Does not have numbers, goes inside, lays it up. It's good. What's the call? It's an offensive foul. Oh, my. They're going to call the offensive foul. That's a big call. But it did look like the kid was set. So Benton gets his second foul. It looks like team foul number 6. And it'll be Mac Valley basketball. Inbounds pass goes to Grimm. Grimm into the front court, guarded by Matthew Klosterman. Over to Cook, just beyond half court. Now back to Grimm, left wing. Grimm looking around, dribbling to his left now. Trying to get past Matthew Klosterman. In some trouble, over to Holtz in the right corner, inside to McShane. McShane going to work. Great defense. Grimm has it in the right corner now. 10 on the shot clock. Hager fakes the jumper, going inside, lays it up. No. Rebound fought for and picked up by Matthew Klosterman. And now Matthew will walk it up the floor for Central City. 37-35. Our Wildcats on top by 2. 7 minutes to go in the game. Aiden Klosterman has it left wing. Looking around, dribbling to his right. Tries to go over at Matthew Klosterman, but is tipped by Holtz. Stays with Central City, 17 on the shot clock. Lucas Greif will inbound the ball. Does so to Marcus Shellhorn. Marcus gives it to Matthew Klosterman. 12 on the shot clock. Matthew dribbling left, has it left wing, fakes to give to Aiden. Now top of the key to Makai Benson. He will pull up for a jumper. No. Lucas Greif skies up for the offensive board. Kicks it out to Shellhorn. Over to Aiden Klosterman, left wing. Fakes the three. Step back move. Does not take the shot, however. Gives it to Benton. Going inside. Wide open layup for Makai, and he makes good on the shot. That's 23 for Benton, his first bucket of the second half. It's 39-35 Central City. Cook has it right wing. Now top of the key to Grimm. Gets past Matthew, who's going for the steal. Short corner jumper from McShane. That is good. Just the second basket of the game for Lance McShane. He's got 4. It's 39-37. 2-point Wildcat lead. Matthew Klosterman has it right wing. Over to Aiden Klosterman, left wing. Thought about a triple, uses the screen from Benson. Wide open free throw line jumper, and Aiden Klosterman, cool as the other side of the pillow, steps into it and puts it in. He's got 5, and the Wildcats lead by 4. Toby Grimm has it top of the key. Gives it over to Cook. Now Holtz in the right corner. Inside to Hager. He goes up. Great defense by Benton. Rebound Shellhorn. Matthew Klosterman bringing it up for Central City. 5.5 to play in the ball game. 4-point lead for Central City. Handoff goes to Greif. Has it top of the key. Right back to Matthew Klosterman. 20 on the shot clock. And a traveling violation called on Matthew Klosterman. That wasn't a good turnover there. Goes back to Mac Valley. Central City on top by 4. 5:26 to play. Inbounds pass will go to Toby Grimm. He gives it right back to Avery Holtz, guarded by Lucas Greif. Holtz into the front court, going inside, stops in the paint, out to Grimm, fakes the triple inside to McShane. He's triple teamed in there. It's stolen away by Aiden Klosterman. He's got a foot race to the hoop, and now he will have it poked loose nearly, so instead he stops. Benton fakes the three, takes the three. He leaves it short off front of the rim, and it's rebounded. But Mac Valley turns it over to Aiden Klosterman, and Aiden's fouled. That is Mac Valley's their 7th foul. I was looking at the wrong side. Trayton Cook called for his first, and Aiden Klosterman will shoot a 1-and-1. Mac Valley is over the limit. Mac Valley with 7 second-half fouls, just 2 for Central City. And Aiden Klosterman going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one on the way from Aiden. That is good. So he will get one more. 6 points for Aiden. Chance to shoot one more here at the free throw line. 42-37 Central City. Big free throw coming up for Aiden Klosterman. Second free throw is up. It is good. Aiden knocks down both. He's got 7. It's 43-37. Biggest lead the Central City Wildcats have had in quite a while, possibly in this whole second half. And they're going to get Marcus Shellhorn for a foul. Wasn't much of a foul to speak of. But they are going to call him for it. Just got a little bit contact there, a little bit too much. That's his second. Central City's 3rd. Baseline out of bounds for Mac Valley. Avery Holtz will throw it in. Gets it into Cook in the short corner. Back to Holtz. He's driving in, stops, pulls up for a jumper. No, rebound Shellhorn. He's done a great job on the boards here tonight. And for the most part, he really has all season. Lucas Greif walking it up for Central City. 4:40 to play. 6-point lead for Central City. Over to Matthew Klosterman, nearly a turnover, dives on it. And they're going to call, there's no way that's a jump ball. He hadn't even touched it yet. It's going to stay with Central City. That Coach Turner's laughing because he knows it wasn't a jump ball, but nonetheless, it stays with Central City. They do lose the possession arrow, however. Greif will throw it in, does so to Benton. Benton has it top of the key. Looking to go inside, stops, takes, I believe that was a long 2. It's no good regardless. Rebound Hager. He gives it to Grimm. Coach Turner did not like that shot. Cook has it right wing for Mac Valley. Top of the key to Grimm. Swings over left wing to McShane. McShane looking around, doesn't see anything. Now top of the key to Grimm. Gives it over to Hager on the right wing, guarded by Benton. High post to McShane. Now top of the key to Grimm. 10 on the shot clock. Cook fakes the triple, goes inside to Hager. Great D from Benton. The shot is no good. Rebound Shellhorn. He gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. 3:45 to play. Long down court pass to Aiden Klosterman. Thought about a 3 instead. Will pull it out. Picks up his dribble. Gives it over to Matthew Klosterman. Matthew dribbling right. Gives it back to Benton, left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Matthew turns, looking to get inside. Step back, fall away jumper, no. Rebound, fought for by Shellhorn, but picked up by Holtz. Holtz running for Mac Valley. He kicks it out to McShane. Top of the key to Grimm, over to Cook. Wide open right wing triple for Cook. He can't get it to go, but McShane with the offensive board. His putback is no good. And a foul on Shellhorn, I believe. That'll be Central City's fourth, and it looks like it actually was Aiden Klosterman called for the foul. That is Aiden's third, and it'll be 2 free throws for McShane. He missed just his first free throw of the year earlier this game. It's 43-37 Central City. 3:13 to go in the ball game. McShane shooting 2 after the shooting foul. First one for McShane on the way. That is going to be too strong off back of the rim. Mackay Benton to the bench, replaced by Braden Rickles. 3:13 to play in the game. Still a 6-point lead for Central City as Lance McShane, 4 points in the night, will shoot 1 more. McShane getting set for his second free throw. Second one is on the way. That is no good. Takes an unlucky roll. Out of bounds. Who was it touched by last? Last touch by Mac Valley. That could have gone either way. This home crowd certainly doesn't like it. It is Central City basketball. Brady Wall back into the game for Mac Valley. He is replacing Toby Grimm. 43-37 Central City. 3:12 to go in the game. Braden Rickles will inbound against his full court press. Gets it into Marcus Shellhorn. Marcus gives it over to Braden Rickles, who will cross the timeline, has it left wing. Now he's going inside, stops, puts one up on the inside. It's good, but they're going to call an offensive foul. They call an offensive foul on Braden Rickles. Somebody's down. Brady Wall a little slow to get up. That'll be Central City's 5th foul, and that'll be Braden's 2nd. That's 3 times tonight a Wildcat basket has been taken away because of an offensive foul. Brady Wall, the one giving up his body to take the charge that time. 3 minutes to go. 6-point lead for Central City. Toby Grimm takes the inbounds pass. Grimm crossing into the front court, guarded by Matthew Klosterman. Dribbling to his left, uses a screen. Grimm goes up and under, gets it to go. Big time finish by Toby Grimm. He's got 6, cuts it to a 4-point game. And a timeout is called by Mac Valley. This is a full 60-second timeout. 2:52 to go in the game. It's Central City 43, Maquoketa Valley 39. Mac Valley has 2 fulls and a 30 remaining. Central City has 2 fulls. So again, it is 43-39. Central City leading Maquoketa Valley by 4 with under 3 minutes to play in the game. Both teams are 4-2 in conference play and are looking to take 3rd place standing in the conference. Wildcats have been led by Mackay Benton tonight. He's got 23, 21 of which came in the first half. For Maquoketa Valley, it was Cody Hager early on, but he has yet to score in the second half. Trayton Cooks added 10. Both Toby Grimm and Avery Holtz have 6 points for Mac Valley. Lance McShane has 4. It'll be Central City basketball out of the timeout. Wildcats have the Klostermans with Greif, Benton, and Shellhorn. It is Holtz, Grimm, Cook, Hager, and McShane for Mac Valley, and the full court pressure is off, but they will still maybe like a 3/4 court type pressure. Matthew Klosterman bringing it up. It is a zone press for Mac Valley here. Gives it over to Aiden Klosterman. Back to Matthew, into the front court now. Looking to get inside, stops. Back out to Aiden Klosterman, fakes the straight on 3. Over to Lucas Greif. He will take a right wing 3. That rattles out. No, Aiden Klosterman with the offensive board. That's a big one. Mackay Benton has the top of the key. Wildcats can waste some time here if they want. Now Matthew Klosterman top of the key. Matthew driving in, stops at the free throw line. Out to Greif, right wing. He's dribbling left, has the top of the key. It's kicked by Avery Holtz. And that will stop the action. 19 on the shot clock as Brady Wall's into the game. He replaces Cody Hager. 19 in the shot clock, 2:17 in the game clock. 43-39 Central City leading Maquoketa Valley. And we got another blood stoppage here as Avery Holtz has had his bandage kind of slide down and blood on his knee is showing through. So they're going to retape him. Coach Connor, head coach, getting his hands dirty a little bit. Working as a medical trainer as well. Taping up his star guard. And Coach Turner's now asking the official, how long are you allowed to give for blood? Because it's supposed to be just sub him out, but nonetheless, now he says, I was just wondering. Walks away. Nonetheless, Central City ball, 2:17 to play, 19 in the shot clock, 43-39 Central City. Matthew Klosterman takes the inbound in the backcourt. Has it left wing, picks it up over to Aiden Klosterman left corner. Inside to Benton, skips over to Greif right wing. Driving inside, out to Matthew Klosterman. Fakes the triple from the right wing. 6 in the shot clock, Wildcats have to go. Benton stops, pulls up for a jumper, misses everything, out of bounds off of Benton. Goes to Mac Valley, 2 minutes to play. 43-39 Central City. And Cody Hager is back into the game for Mac Valley. He replaces Brady Wall. The inbounds pass goes to Toby Grimm. 2 minutes to go in the game. Wildcats by 4 here from Maquoketa Valley High School. Grimm into the front court, guarded by Matthew Klosterman. Set play being run by Mac Valley. Right wing to Holtz. Uses the screen. They switch that matchup, which could be trouble with the height disadvantage. Holtz driving in. Goes up and under, somehow finishes. That was an outstanding finish by Holtz. He's got 8, and it's a 2-point ball game. Wildcats really need a bucket here on this possession. They should focus more on getting a bucket than wasting time, quite frankly. Leading by 2. Greif goes over to Aiden Klosterman. He will take a three-pointer. That is good! Aiden Klosterman drains the biggest 3 of the game. And the Wildcats lead it by 5. Aiden's got 10. Holtz has it right wing. Holtz going inside, between the legs, stops, pull-up jumper. No, rebound Aiden Klosterman. 1:05 to go in the game. Matthew Klosterman is pressured over to Aiden Klosterman. Into the front court to Benton, left wing. He will take a 3. That is good! Makai Benton, with Coach Turner screaming at him not to shoot it, drains it. On the other end, Lance McShane drains a layup. We've got a timeout on the floor. So to reset you with the timeout, it's 49-43 Central City. 49 seconds to play, and a full 60-second timeout called by Eric Connor and Maquoketa Valley. So after going stagnant for a long time offensively, Aiden Klosterman steps up, hits the biggest 3 of the game. Then in the next possession, Makai Benton with Coach Turner literally feet away from him, screaming at him not to shoot the basketball, does, and he drains it. It's the definition of a shot where the coach goes, no, 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 and then you drain it. Acts like he wanted it the whole time. To be fair, but Coach Turner was correct. It was not a good shot from Benton, but any shot that finds the bottom of the net is a good shot at the end of the day. So 49 seconds to play. It's 49-43 Central City, leading by 6 after 2 huge 3-point baskets, one from Aiden Klosterman, one from Makai Benton. It will be Central City basketball at the timeout. They have Rickles, Shellhorn, the Klostermans, and Greif. Mac Valley with Holtz, Cook, Wall, McShane, and Hager. Lucas Greif will inbound it, and he's being reminded by the official he can run the baseline. Greif takes the ball, looking to inbound. Sends it over to Marcus Shellhorn. And Marcus is intentionally fouled. He will shoot a 1-and-1. That is team foul number 8, and Marcus Shellhorn, who shoots at 55% from the free throw line, will shoot the 1-and-1. See who they called for the foul. That was Cody Hager. That was his 4th. Both Hager and McShane have 4. As Makai Benton's into the game, he replaces Braden Rickles. And Marcus Shellhorn steps up for some big-time free throws. This is a 1-and-1. 8th team foul on Mac Valley. First one from Shellhorn on the way. He can't get it to go. Cook with the rebound. Holtz running for Mac Valley, crossing the timeline, has it top of the key. Gives it over to Wall. He will take a right wing 3-pointer. He misses everything. It's rebounded by Matthew Klosterman, but they're going to call Matthew for a push-off. Matthew can't believe it. That was the call. Team foul number 6. That is Matthew's 3rd. He got in early foul trouble in the first quarter. That's his first foul since. Inbounds pass goes to Cook. Handoff to Holtz. Holtz will take a 3-pointer. He drains it. Avery Holtz puts in the triple. He's got 11. And Mac Valley calls time. 33 seconds to play. It's 49-46 Central City. Mac Valley has used their last full timeout. Maquoketa Valley has 1 30-second timeout remaining. Central City has 2 fulls. Again, 49-46 is our score. Central City trying to hold on and take down Maquoketa Valley to move to 3rd place in the Tri-Rivers West. Mac Valley comes in 5-3, 4-2 in the West. Wildcats are 6-4, 4-2 in the Tri-Rivers West Division. The winner of this game will move into sole possession of 3rd place, with the loser will fall to 4th. So this is, of course, a big-time game. And the Wildcats lead it by 3, 33 seconds to go. It will be Central City ball out of the timeout. Lucas Greif will throw it in. The Klostermans are the guards. Benton and Shellhorn are the forwards to help out against the press. Mac Valley with Holtz, Wall, McShane, Cook, and Hager. Lucas Greif will inbound the ball. McShane giving him some pressure. Greif gets it into Mackay Benton. Benton into the front court. He needs to just hold on to it here and let them foul him. The shot clock is off. That's what Mackay does. He's fouled by Hager, and that is the night for Cody Hager. He just picked up his 5th. He's done for the ball game. He finishes with 12 points. That was team foul number 9. So we are not in the double bonus yet. It will be 1-1 for Mackay Benton. And Cody Hager is replaced by Toby Grimm. He gets a nice round of applause from this Mac Valley crowd as he exits the game for the final time tonight. So Benton, if I can find the number here, there it is, 82% free throw shooter on the year. This is a 1-1. First one on the way from Benton. He drains it, steps up and drains the big free throw. It's 27 for Mackay, and he will now get one more. It's back to a 2-possession game, barring a foul and a 3-point shot. Second one from Benton. He gets that one to go as well. Give him 28. Big-time game for Benton as it's a 5-point ball game. Holtz loses his dribble, dives for it. It's tipped. Cook ends up at the top of the key. He picks up his dribble. 18 seconds to go. McShane, corner 3. That is no good. Misses everything. Rebound by Wall. Holtz chucks up a 3-pointer. That is no good. McShane's offensive putback is no good. Benton with the rebound. He is fouled. He will shoot 2. And the Wildcats are going to escape from Delhi with a win, barring something miraculous. That is team foul number 10 on Mac Valley. Benton will shoot 2. Foul was on Brady Wall, his 4th. Wildcats were supposed to stay home tonight. Conditions outside of their control caused them to hit the road. They're trying to escape with a win over an outstanding team. Mackay misses the first. Cook thought it was a 1-1, so he started running down the floor. 6 seconds to go in the game. It's 51-46. Benton will shoot one more. Second free throw on the way from Benton. Misses both. Rebounded by McShane. Grimm over to Wall. He will put up a 3-pointer. Holtz can't get it to go. Rebound Wall, his putback. No, that is it. What a fun high school basketball game here tonight. And in the end, the Wildcats will escape Delhi with a big-time win over a very talented Maquoketa Valley team. Our final score is Central City 51 and Maquoketa Valley 46. I thought this would be a fun one. Looking at it on paper, it was everything I could have hoped for and more. What a fun game we had here tonight. And Central City will escape the winners. Again, our final 51-46. As good of a high school basketball game as you're going to see. That was fun. Extra fun when Central City wins. Here's the final numbers first for Mac Valley. They were led in scoring by Cody Hager with 12. Avery Holtz added 11. Trayton Cook had 10 points. Toby Grimm with 6. And Brady Wall added 2 points for Mac Valley. For Central City, Mackay Benton led the way. He had 28 points. Outstanding game from Benton. Aiden Klosterman had 10, including the biggest 3 of the ball game without question. Matthew Klosterman had 5, including a big free throw there. Marcus Shellhorn with 4. Lucas Greif and Braden Rickles both had 2 points for Central City. So with the win, Central City is 7-4. They are 5-2 in the Tri-Rivers West. Good for 3rd place. Maquoketa Valley falls to 5-4, 4-3 in the Tri-Rivers West. So as I try to catch my breath, that will do it for tonight here from Delhi. It's a Wildcats split. Mac Valley wins the opener in the girls' game 65-28. Central City wins the boys' game 51-46. What a fun night of action we had here. I'll be back on the call this coming Thursday, just 2 days from tonight, if I can keep my voice intact. That'll be January 5th. East Buchanan comes to town to take on Central City in a girls-only game. That is a makeup game. And there will be no JV whatsoever. That is girls only, varsity girls, and that is it. That'll be a 5:30 tip. Expect the pregame show at 5:20 on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel and the NFHS Network. And then 24 hours later, both the boys and girls will be in action, hosting Easton Valley. I will not be there, but I believe Cindy McCarthy will have the call. I'll be in Cedar Falls at the time that game is taking place. But nonetheless, plenty of Wildcat action coming up. And then next week, a lot of fun. Central Elkader comes to town for a non-conference home game on Monday and on Saturday. Really fun one for the boys. They will go to Coe College in Cedar Rapids for a matchup with a very good Dunkerton team on a neutral floor, on a college floor, home of the Coe College Cohawks. I do plan to be there and have the call for that, and that should be available right here on the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel. So until Thursday, that will do it for me. Again, it's a Mac Valley and Central City split. Maquoketa Valley wins the girls' game 65-28. Wildcats win the boys' game by a final of 51-46. Until next time, I'm David Warrington saying good night and go Cats.